Hello, skippers! Thanks for joining me for another story. I apologize about the gaps between videos, but hopefully this will satisfy all your skip needs for now. We are on a different server today. A 2-time solo only, monthly, with 50% upkeep. So my goal is to live the whole wipe with only one door to my whole base and all my loot. To do this though, I'm going to have to kind of be a dick and live in a cave though. I've got a great setup in mind. Let's go run around and see if we can find the right cave. So, I'm just going to mark out all the caves. I didn't plan out this shot well, so I had to tape this after. That's why there's a death marker up there, so never mind. So the server wiped about 6 hours ago. I had to work all day, so now people have a head start on me. Hopefully no one took the cave I want. I'm going to try to keep up with IRL time, so you guys get a better idea of how this all plays out. Work really gets in the way of me making Rust videos. I've played this server quite a bit over the last year or so. After you get the BPs, they never wipe, and the solo 2 times half upkeep is kind of fun for me. Lots of the same people seem to play every wipe, or almost every wipe. I've even gotten a little bit of a reputation here. But not like one guy who we'll see in the video. He's kind of like a local legend. Plays like 20 hours a day, always offlines everyone, builds beyond giant bases, and then uses Rust Plus to almost always defend. His name is Bad Mad. I'm going to have some footage problems in this video, and yeah, I forgot to get the footage of looking at Cave 1 and 2, but we'll go to Cave 3 here. And by the time I get in it, there's somebody there living there already. So now we're headed out to the desert, it looks like, after that. Alright, so we're trying to head out to the desert, but I don't know if you guys notice, I haven't been finding any food, and it was kind of dark, so it's hard to find food in the dark, so now we're getting desperate, we're starving, we're chopping up cactus here. Getting pretty close to where I want to be, I think, so I need to start gathering some resources. I don't want to be totally useless when I get there. And of course, the whole way I've been dropping bags, so I think I got 6 down already. I think the cave is just on the other side of this little mountain here. Alright, the cave's just ahead, but someone's already got a base literally like right in front of it. That's super lame. Hopefully they're not built down in the bottom of it. Oh, here we go. Okay, moment of truth. Is it taken? No, it's open! Oh, and it's the right cave too. This is perfect, guys. We are set if we can just get this secured. And boom, just like that. It's going to be pretty hard for someone on day 1 to come in here. Most likely not going to know about us, and yeah, not worth it for them right away. Alright, we're secured, but we have almost nothing for resources, so I need to go do that. And great, now the only thing is we gotta drop down to this cave every time to get back into base, so it's like a suicide cave, right? It's slightly annoying, but it's going to save us a lot of headache. Alright, I was trying to be really quiet when I crept out just to make sure I can hear anybody if they're running around. But just wanted to grab a few trees, a couple metal nodes, a couple stone nodes, anything else I can get quick and get the hell back in there. I won't show you this every time, but yeah, this is just me walking to this hole in the cave, and then I just jump in and then have to spawn and then go get my stuff, right? Almost everybody's seen this before. So again, for anybody newer, the idea is that the only way to get into the base will be the drop down and spawning, and then eventually where I put the stone wall to kind of cut off the base so there's no door, it'll just be armored wall after armored wall after armored wall after armored wall. So it really won't be a very effective way to raid me, that's for sure. The base idea I have is like kind of strong. You don't really even need these walls or the one door I'm going to set up, but I do it anyway for this video. So yeah, that's it. That's the only door I'm ever going to place on my base this whole wipe. Okay, couple furnaces placed. We got some metal cooking. Let's head back up top see what else we can grab. Alright, we're outside. We're creeping. We're making sure no one's seeing me come and go out of this cave here. Not yet anyway. And now we need some components, obviously some more ore, wood, whatever, but components for now. We gotta start recycling here eventually. We gotta get our workbenches going. This is probably as far away from the spawn area as you can get, so I'm not going to be seeing a lot of nakeds, and it's kind of a dead area of the map. Like, there is some monuments nearby, but it's nothing that people run to all the time, so kind of in a nice little quiet spot for myself to run this little side road, etc., and hit all these nodes that are just out in this open desert. Don't want to spend too long outside. Short runs, like a little rat, run home, store it all away. Alright, a little bit of everything. We keep those forges going, and we can get our level 1 workbench down. But before I craft that, I guess the priority is upgrading that one wall of metal. Stoke these furnaces and use the frags that have smelted so far, and now we are an 8 rocket rate if they come to that one wall minimum. Sorry for the slow-mo. I didn't take a long enough video to show all the different possible walls that can go down. So anyway, it looks like 9 total, and by the end hopefully they will all be armored, and yeah, that'll stop most raiders for sure. Alright, enough of the slow-mo in the cave. Let's get that level 1 workbench down finally. Okay, going out to farm. Trying to skip by all this grinding, but trying to show you that I went out and did a whole trev also. It's a pretty good trip too. Everything is starting to stack up here a little bit. We're going to be able to make some big improvements soon. Alright, heading back out again. And we're a little bit more secure now. We got all our basic resources met for a while. We got some components pulled up. We got a little kit on us. It's just a little annoying dropping in there and dying every single time I want to store loot. So I need to hit some trees and some rocks, etc., and we need to make a tiny little base near the cave, and that way I can do that kind of thing. I can just depot and keep going out, and then when I gather a bunch of stuff, then I can go jump down the hole in the cave. Alright, it's built, but we need a furnace in there so we can get some metal doors on it a little easier too. Alright, we got a furnace, we got some metal cooking in it. Let's go see if we can get a little bit more wood, metal, etc. while it's burning, and come back and put doors on. Alright, 2 metal doors on. That makes us a lot more secure. Now I can start collecting and collecting. Not like it's some crazy upgrade, but I found a couple revies on that running boxes, so it saves me a little while. And then out on another run, and then back. I'm just trying to skip over this. I know it's boring, but I'm just trying to not waste your time showing you me farming. Alright, I'm living pretty close to the water, and I've noticed a bunch of ribs keep spawning just off the coast. So let's take a hazmat suit and some fuel, and let's hit a bunch of barrels. That way I can get my workbenches done. Alright, we pillaged the ocean until dawn, and I noticed that we're getting close to the supermarket, so I just pull close to shore and park the boat and store all my stuff. And let's go see if we can get some green crates real quick. Alright, not bad. I'll take a P2 and a Hazy with a hollow sight. That's a good upgrade over a Revy. There was no more other green crates, and I looted the rest of the market and got the hell out of there. Alright, I'm just going to park this thing ready to go again, because my goal is to go depot this and get right back out on the water. I'm going to need a lot of fuel for the plan I have here. You'll see. Okay, boom, we're headed back out. Yeah, the ocean's one of the best ways to get diesel fuel and fuel, especially if you're in the desert. Really tried to speed that up. I know you don't want to watch me spend a half an hour out in the ocean. Alright, depot all that. My little shack's getting loaded. But I saw a little mini helicopter out on the road not far from my base, so let's take some fuel and let's go grab that and bring that back here quick. And then my goal is to take a lot of this stuff to Outpost and recycle it. It's one of the only recyclers near me, and I'm a little baby and I like a safe recycler. Plus, I need to buy a couple things. I wouldn't mind a jackhammer if I don't find one here either. Quick little flight home, show off my improved heli piloting skills. I've been getting better and better over the wipes. I used to not be able to fly this thing at all. Okay, so we're going to recycle all of this, and yeah, that should give me a little bit of money to play with. Alright, set a marker to Outpost, and then on the left you can see my cave just a little bit, and this guy's base that's right next to it. We'll see if that becomes a problem or not. Alright, we made it to Outpost, no problem. And then we're going to recycle. Takes a while, it's not fast recyclers on this server. But then after that, we need to buy some turrets. That is part of my master plan here. To have a drop-down cave like I have, someone only needs to drop down technically over and over and over again until they're up. So they could raid me pretty easy. But if I have a turret there, it makes it a lot harder. And if you have 3 turrets covering all the angles, it makes it a lot harder. Alright, we got turrets, we got jackies. What else I need? I'm going to need some batteries. And normally I could make these, but that takes tech trash, etc, etc. We're just going to buy them. So since power's kind of hard to get in a cave, my plan is to run these 3 turrets off of a generator and a small battery each. That's why I need to run the ocean so much and get all that diesel and crude fuel, just to keep these things going. It's going to be expensive, but otherwise you need to set up some kind of windmill on the top, on the surface, and then have it fed down through the ground, but then everybody knows you're living in there and you got power, so I want to be incognito / hide as much as I can for a while. So it's getting dark and I don't have anywhere to store this helicopter, and someone's probably going to steal it, so let's hide it on the other side of this cliff down low, and hopefully really soon in the future I can build somewhere to stash it, a little heli base kinda, or add it on to the old one. Okay, so I'm at the above ground base, all that stuff from Outpost, just grabbing anything else I can fit in my inventory before I take it all underground into the cave here. Alright, sick, we made it. Oh, that's a load off my mind. Alright, we're down here, we got some HQM. Let's HQM that wall and that foundation. And, I can't really keep building the honeycomb without that, because, you know what I mean, if I get metal in the middle that I can never upgrade, that's not good. So I kind of got to make it all armored as it goes, as I get it. Alright, level 2 workbench. Now we can make the generators. And we also are going to need some bullets, so we got to smelt some sulfur instead of just metal. And we don't have the pythons yet, so I'm going to have to make those too. Alright, now time to place these turrets. It's really important for the side too that I get as wide an angle as possible. That way there's no safe spot for people to jump down and avoid them. I think there'll always be a blind spot, but the better job I do placing these, the harder time they'll find landing safely. Alright, those are placed. Now time to go set up the batteries and the generators and wire it all. Alright, they're all wired, they got some gas in them, they're running, and I think they got about 40 bullets in each one, so we are pretty damn safe, actually. Alright, well, it's a good thing I was farming so much earlier and did all that recycling at Outpost, otherwise I wouldn't be able to afford to do all these upgrades. But after making all that stuff, I still have enough HQM to do a second layer of walls to keep people out of here, so let's go do that. And now we are like 30 rock grade minimum or something, so that's pretty much upgraded almost everything in that too. Had enough frags to figure it out. Had some more sulfur that cooked, and I spent just a few minutes there crafting pistol bullets. Now we got over like 120 bullets in each python here. Garden nest, that's probably good for now. Now we can move on to bigger, better things. Alright, just headed outside again and just farm a bunch of wood. Needed that for the furnaces at the depot base. Just going to cook some frags there as well. Probably try to upgrade that here in the near future. Alright, went out, hit a bunch of nodes, pretty much only nodes, came back, had a lot of stuff, chopped down a bunch of trees too, so just really sad. I'm going to be loaded, beyond loaded here, and ready to raid some people. Alright, since we've been farming so much now, I can upgrade this little depot base. Let's do a big addition on it. I want to be able to put a small refinery in here, and a mini or two, so yeah. Okay, pretty much done. Could have done better, but it'll work, it's got lots of room. And now that I have a place to put minis, guess what we're gonna go do? Let's go get our mini that's hiding just on the other side of that cliff. Fixed her up, and then I didn't want to fly in the pitch dark there, so just waited till morning. Alright, you can see the new upgrade we did, how much beefier she is. And I don't have garage doors yet, so we're going to have to take the doors off in the meantime just to get this bad boy in and out. Oh yeah, but there, hey, tons of room there. Okay, I think we are sitting pretty for about 6 hours of playtime here on day one. It's not over yet, but look at us. We got cave base, turrets, double armored wall minimum. We got a depot base with a heli already sat away. Man, like, how much better off could we be? I guess I did a small run here. Yeah, it wasn't super big, but we just put everything away, and then you can just see how much it's starting to add up. There's quite a bit here in the depot place waiting to go down, but I'm not done yet. I'm going back out. I had to look for a few minutes, but for sure there was a boat out there, just like I thought. I don't think there was a time this whole wipe when if I didn't look hard enough there wasn't a boat just sitting out in the ocean next to my base. Alright, I hit barrels till the sun went down. We got back late, and I got pretty loaded actually. Geez, like over 1,000 crude, 400 something scrap, 30 something pipes. I need to make rockets soon. I need to power those turrets. This is huge for me. Alright, as I depot all that, I realize, yeah, there's way too much stuff here, so I gather it all up, and I take it home. It's kind of still dark out, so I think I'm going to use that advantage, too. Let's get it all in that cave as quickly as we can. So this is everything we brought down here in the cave. This one's mostly components, and then I got all the ore and other stuff in my backpack here, I'll show you in a second. Alright, with that, I got enough scrap now for a tier 3. We're just missing a little high qual, but we have the ore, so we're going to smelt that, and then, yeah, we're going to get a tier 3 down right away. Alright, crafting the tier 3. And I also want a small refinery for the depot base, but we need a little bit of wood, so we'll grab the wood, and then we'll craft that too. Alright, great. Day 1, tier 3 down. That's awesome. Big progress. Now I can make an armored door for our one door. Really don't need it. It's kind of overkill. There technically could be no door there very easily. And now we're filling generators, but I really don't have a ton of low grade now. I got a lot of crude, so that's why we made that small refinery. But let's just spread this out and let's get cooking that stuff as soon as we can. Alright, all that's done. Let's go to the depot base and place this small oil refinery. And let's get cooking all this crude. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch more in here. Almost forgot about that. Let's go toss that in there too. I'm pretty sure each crude equals like 3 low-grade fuel or something, so that should be just under 10,000. Alright, I wanted even more components, I wanted even more fuel. I was just worried about it running out, or I don't know, I'm always the kind of guy to stockpile things, that's just me. So anyway, we'll head back out on the boat, and just like that, through the magic of editing, you don't have to watch me farm barrels on the water. And we're running up the shore, and we're back at base here. And wow, did we have a good run. 1,200 low grade, we got pipes, we got all kinds of other stuff to recycle. That was a really good run. Now we're set for a couple days. I don't need to really get components as much, even though I'll probably go back out there. You can just spend scrap on almost anything. You get fuel. I buy a lot of turrets usually, or SAM sites. You can also use the pipes. And, I need to make a lot of HVs and rockets. Late game, you can never have enough pipes. So hitting the water is imperative for me. You can never have too many comps or fuel. Just did a tiny local run there, and just depoting it, and then heading back to the supermarket that's at the northwest corner of the map. Spotted this little mini on the road just before the market there, but I needed some fuel, so we got to find some quick here. I hit a couple red barrels on this piggy, so that'll work good for some fuel. Good enough to get us home anyway. Not a bad little run either. 70k sulfur and like 13k metal. We got a tier 3 downstairs in the base and tons of gears. I don't know why I'm being so lazy with putting these garage doors here, but for now I gotta take them off like this, and yeah, it sure is annoying. Alright, cool. So we got 2 helis in my base now. That's cool, right? Well, I saw another one behind that other tall base earlier. I don't know if you caught it on camera. Maybe it didn't even show. But anyway, we're gonna sneak over there with some fuel and take that one too. Alright, put some fuel in, and then shoot out this weird thing. Making it not decay though, so kind of smart. And thanks for the free heli. Alright, now we got 3. That's wild. This is what happens when you're forgetful and lazy, guys. I guess it's just kind of because it's a pain to go down to the base to make them, right? Because otherwise I could make them up here. I gotta put a tier 2 workbench up here instead. Apparently I had all this up at the depot base. Let's just gather it all up, and we're going to take it down into the cave, make sure it's all nice and secure, drop it in the vault, piggy bank as it were. That's actually the closest comparison if you think about it. Alright, so we brought all that down, consolidated all of it, and then I have this stuff that's kind of extra, I don't need, and we're going to go recycle that. I don't know why I have all that low grade on me though. Watching this is painful because I literally just came from the cave, so I just totally forgot to replace the garage doors again. My neighbor's base got a little bit bigger today, so I think he's online or has been online at some point. It just seems like he's been active. Oh, it's so nice to be able to skip all this. Oh yeah. And what do? We buy a couple turrets. After that, get a jockey. It's always good to have another one. I'm not finding a lot in the crates or anything for some reason. And then we gotta trade our stone in for wood. Now I'm like basically just mining a lot of extra stone if I can, and we just convert it to wood. I think we get like a 3-to-1 return or something like that. For every 1,000 stone, you get like 3k wood, so it's awesome. Especially when you live in the desert like me, because, yeah, way less trees, right? Okay, we get back from that, and after a little bit, when it's daytime, I decide to upgrade the depot base just a little bit. Not too much that it's going to get rated, but just enough that, I don't know, it's not like a 2C4 kind of thing, you know what I mean? So I got all that wood from trading in the stone at Outpost, and then our small refinery has been cooking up that crude the whole time. So let's take that low grade and that wood, turrets, all that stuff, the HQM, the scrap, all that down into the cave right now. Alright, renovation time, moving everything around. Yeah, so you saw me move the tier 3. We're going to set this all up primo for maximum storage, at least with the footprint that I've set down so far anyway. So here we go. Use the satchel, blew up my TC just so I could place it a little tighter there. Boxes. Bed. A lot more boxes. I feel like that's like a really good amount of storage. Most bases have that so spread out, or you can't put that in one room that easily, right? Alright, that's the end of day 1. Riveting, hey? Don't worry, there'll be some raids and a lot more action coming up. You will see, but let's see if we make it another day. Meow. Alright, we made it. We didn't get raided overnight. The depot base didn't get raided overnight. This was just me playing for about an hour and 10 minutes or something before I went to work. I got all this stuff, multiple runs, put it all at the depot base. Now we're bringing it all in the cave. Gonna stuff my furnaces, etc. And then I gotta go to work for the day. The desert around my base was just ripe with nodes. It was kind of crazy. And then I took a trip on the boat just to get some more low-grade crude and scrap, etc. Turned out really well. It was quiet, I guess, around my area. Now that I think of it, there's just that one base near me that's right outside the cave entrance. I haven't really seen any others. I need to cook all this iQual pretty bad. Not necessarily just for upkeep, but we want to keep adding more armored walls between us and that opening, right? We're pretty good right now, but I want it 8 or 9 walls armored, right? And then we're going to cook all this sulfur. And then we really got to feed these jennies all the time, especially before I go to work. They got to be full. Alright, I'm off work now. Worked out a little bit. It's like 6 p.m. We're leaving the cave, and you can see my neighbor's upgraded. He has power now. I don't think I should have this morning, but I added garage doors to the depot base, and now we're bringing a tier 2 up with us. We're going to add it there so I can do all that kind of crafting up top now. Alright, we got that placed. I just want to take a little look at my neighbor's base. So there's upgrades here. Alright, he added some honeycombing. He added some power, some turrets. Looks like a little heli base there next to it probably, or whatever. Okay, back at the depot base to just depot a little bit of stuff, not very much. You can just see how many more doors I put on the depot base and how inside it's got the armored doors, etc. A little bit harder to get into, and you can't really tell from the outside. So anyway, just trying to show that off. Alright, back onto the boat. I know it's kind of probably crazy to you guys, but the boat is just scrap, high quality fuel, it's pipes, it's everything, right? So it's necessary for me right now. Okay, I won't lie, that kind of surprised me. And me P2 kind of hurt, can't heal because I'm driving, he's right on my ass. Panicked a little here. I wasn't sure what to do, so when I drove the boat to land, I should have rowed it onto the land a lot further. I don't know why I didn't. That was definitely mistake number 1 here. Because I didn't run the boat farther onto ground, I'm screwed, and I should have stayed and fought, but I didn't. Chad Spencer, hey? I don't know who you are, but I would sure love to know where you live. So, skip brain math tells me that guy's probably not going to be out on the water anymore. He doesn't need to. He just got all my components. Why does he need to farm components and fuel anymore? So, I tried to go back out in the water. Didn't have any food. I was starving. Went to go get food. Okay, I think I was out there about 20 minutes. Not a super long one this time, but we got pipes, gears, stop signs, sheet metal. We got all kinds of fuel. Not as much as usual, but it's still, 700 crude's quite a bit. I heard some booms and some gunfights real close near me. I think it's at that base outside my cave, so I wanted to see if I could be a little grub. So I think someone tried to raid this base or get started doing it, and then they got countered right away. Still haven't even seen anybody from far away. Oh, he's eating. Hopefully he's still hurt. Oh, I'm gonna sneak up on him. Oh, I hit most of my shots. He's gotta be low. Oh, let's go!
Rat harder.
Shut up, pussy. Okay, but yeah, let's get the hell out of here. There's a lot of action, so probably still someone around. Okay, I ran into the cave, dropped down there, depoted that, and then I came back out, and I was just looking around, actually HQM quarry, and there's a giant base there now. And there's a bunch of turrets on it. I was just trying to see if I could get around to his furnaces, but I went back later to have a little look, and the quarry was running, so I thought I'd be able to maybe steal a little bit if I was lucky. Oh look, there's someone in that camper. Durzo Blint. Maybe that's who lives in the base? Okay. Unless these guys are teaming, someone else lives in that base, or is raiding it right now, because there's someone on that roof. I have no idea what's going on here, but I'm just going to take this and run. It looks like that guy was watching me from the roof. Oh wow, now he started shooting at me. It's kind of funny he's shooting so much, considering he's not hitting me, he's so far away, but... It seemed like maybe he was going to chase me, so I didn't want to go right back to my base. I kept running a little bit north, and sure enough, he came out in a heli looking for me. How funny, man. This guy was really, really try hard. Alright, now back at the depot base, these guys start talking, and it's clear that Chad Spencer lives at the HQM base, and that Durzo Blintz was in the vehicle. Thank you guys so much. I couldn't have asked for a better person to tell me where they live and just point themselves out. Thank you. Okay, we're at Outpost. We start recycling, and I guess I grabbed some more components from the depot base, because we got a little bit more than I thought we did anyway. Recycled that. Alright, after that we traded in all that stone for wood. We bought a few turrets, a couple jackies, and then I think we're out of here after that. Now I won't need wood for a while. I got turrets for raid bases, etc. I got a plan that's going to require a lot of turrets too if I can make it that long in this wipe, but you'll see. Ah, it's so much smoother now having these garage doors. Alright. Let's get all that stuff down into the cave. I had some ore sitting at the depot base, so let's get that into furnaces and get that cooking as well. Finally have some more HQM cooked up, so let's go add to the layers and layers and layers of armored walls to get into my base the normal way. I think we're at 3 or 4 armored walls now, so that's really good. Yep, it's looking good. The only way I think someone's gonna get in here easily anyways if they figure out how to do that drop down and not get shot by my turrets. But hasn't happened yet. Also quick, we're just gonna check these batteries. They all got almost 12 hours of charge left, but there's still some room, so we'll just top them up with gas and we'll have them as ready as they can be before we actually head out. Alright, finally a little bit better of a kit. Now, I don't know, maybe I can take a fight a little bit easier. Okay, so we're out of the cave, and I just realized I had some crude sitting at the depot base who stuffed that in the refinery. And then it looks like we're heading back out in the ocean. We're actually going south down to the snow, just getting some fuel barrels on the way, and the goal is to mine sulfur. Alright, we're in the snow hitting sulfur, and instantly there's a base right in front of me where I landed. It's kind of juicy. It looks like he's been playing probably since wipe. So many possible targets. I really want to raid Chad, but I also want to raid the guy that lives outside my cave. And then this guy's a great target too, so we're kind of already having to make tough decisions, right? I think I got enough gunpowder and sulfur to make like maybe 50 rockets or something like that. We're getting pretty close. Alright, so we're out of there. We did some scouting, never been down there before. Got some sulfur, wasn't as good as I thought. Got some metal. But we got the bears, so that's some fuel, it's cloth leather. It was successful. We got the meat, you know, I need that. I live in the cave. My guy's always having to spawn from dead, right? So I'm always starving pretty much. And even on my way back into the cave, I'm still farming a lot of other nodes I can. I don't know if you guys noticed too throughout this, there's a weird glitch. I get caught in the air as I'm kind of going down the hole here. You see what I'm talking about. Alright, back in the cave here, we depoted all that, and then a little pause, a little fast forward, and I've crafted all these rockets. I think that's 48 rockets or something, and then I still have more sulfur cooking, and then I think I'm going to go out again before I go to bed, because my goal is to hopefully raid. I think I've picked Chad Spencer in the morning before I go to work, and hopefully in an hour and a half I'll be able to raid him when I go to work. I'm doing my my node run here, and I went north, just check on this base, and went to the market and stuff. That's not a bad little grab from the market, hey? Not too bad for a little run around the desert. 10k sulfur and like 20-something thousand metal. That's great. And a bunch of stone too, because I'm going to use that stone for wood or stone walls, you'll see. Not bad at all. Alright, so the last and final trip, I swear, before I go to bed tonight. And yeah, we get another 10k sulfur quick, another 20k metal. I really like the stack sizes on this server. Like, it's only a 2 times gather. Sulfur's only a 1.5, so you get 450 per sulfur node instead of 300. I just can't stand it. It takes up your whole inventory to carry stuff. Okay, I guess I'm just a mad farmer. But anyway, we're going to take all this stuff back down into the cave, and I'm going to try and leave 3 like tiny shitty kits at least up here, etc, etc. But yeah, 30k extra sulfur, like 57,000 metal, guys. That's just some of the stuff we're bringing down there. End of day 2 right there. Hopefully we can make it through the night. So yeah, I failed to record the raid. I did very early in the morning. I got up and I was all tense and shaking and nervous and in a hurry, and I didn't press record at all, not even midway or after. So yeah, this is what his base looks like in Fortify. He had TCs and a wall everywhere, so I had to build my raid base down a big cliff. That's why I got this giant raid tower you'll see in a second. But this is the angle I raided it from, right here where that turret was on the side. And yeah, I just had to come around. I had to break those 2 turrets, and then I raided in from there. That's my raid tower. You'll see, I'll go show you the after this. But anyway, yeah, kind of raided from the southwest and had some backup so I didn't get countered. He didn't have too many walls. Yeah, like I said, I broke that turret, and then I kind of just went in right here right where we're blowing in right now, and I kind of just did something like this. And then he had some kind of bunker thing here, but I had broken the floor, so I could kind of just shoot under his bunker, and it was kind of easy. It was, I don't know, I think maybe 1 or 2 armored walls. And yeah, so right here we shot a rocket underneath right here where the mouse is, and then it broke the bunker, so I got under for cheap, and then it was just like a couple doors, 2-3 doors, and then a window. So what is that, like, I don't know, 38, like, yeah, 40, 50 rockets, something like that. So not super cheap, but not like beyond ridiculous. And he was loaded, right? So he had all kinds of guns and comps. He had all my stuff that he took the other day off the boat. He even had my my pistol and stuff like that. That's why I know for sure. And then when I left, I griefed him. I put like at least 7 doors on there. I counted. I didn't have time to do a better job because I had to go to work, and I was actually late getting to work because I did this. I was going to do way, way, way worse to him, but I just didn't have time. Yeah, I had to break this other turret as well when I got started. And then, yeah, you can see he's had the whole HQM compound, quarry compounded off, and he's got a bunch of small buildings and there were turrets everywhere. It's kind of a dick. Alright, I come home for lunch from work most of the time, and I wanted to see what his base looked like and see if I could grief it any worse quickly. You can see my raid tower, and you can see the kind of how I raided from. But he's online right now, and he's already ungriefed himself and rebuilt turrets. Unreal, this guy. Quite a patient, non-give-upable guy, you know what I mean? I'm looking for the right word, I don't know. Had a turret on each side on the bottom and one on the top, but he even blew this up, and then it looks like he built his own little raid base, put a turret on it just to raid my raid base. I guess he thought I was online still. I never got his body in the raid, and I never left mine in there, so technically he still has no idea who raided him. So I thought I was going to get rid of the guy. That was kind of the main reason for the raid, but I still paid him back. I got stuff like that, resources, but not really any sulfur, not that much anyway, a couple rockets and whatever. Now we can make C4 a lot easier, but bottom line is I gotta get back on the grind to get some more sulfur. Speaking of sulfur, I just grinded out like almost 20k and like 40k metal out in the desert here. Some random components too, but that's not the story of the day. So, yeah, my goal is to be a little rat, a little offline raider, live in this cave, hopefully no one will know, and just piss people off the whole way. Back on the water, won't take too much of your time showing you this, just bases popping up everywhere. All the new people are migrating out to the desert, it seems like, just to get some peace and quiet. Solid boat run. I think it works out to about 3k fuel by the time I cook up all that crude. And then we get some components too, which we always need. We're outside again, and it's the last time I looked at this thing, at least through the binoculars, and yeah, she's gotten quite a bit bigger. She's got some thick honeycomb on her now. I'm gonna have to get rid of that guy eventually here. Damn. This is just what the other side of his base looks like. It's a I don't know, the tiniest kind of god rock, so it's got like a center that's protected, I guess. Alright, let's just scout this thing out and we'll check all the angles. I'm probably gonna have to do the raid on this guy next. Wow, he actually got it to all kind of connect right through. That's kind of cool. I don't know how he did this. Not that it matters or does anything, but running by HQM quarry again here, and holy crap, he's just upgraded the shit out of his whole compound. There's just multiple big buildings with turrets on it outside now. You can't really get into it unless you fly in. This guy is very determined, persistent, etc. Damn, another new active base right next to me. Heli and a tugboat. Alright, I did that looking around, and I did a small node run, and after that I gathered it all up at the depot base, and we brought it back down underground, put it all away in the cave. Yeah, sorry that day wasn't very long or exciting. I had to work, and I was kind of sick, actually. The way it turned out, actually, I had to go to the hospital the next morning. I had spent like just a little over 24 hours in there, so I actually missed day 4 completely. And somehow my girlfriend managed to put fuel into the generators for me after a little while of them being down, and keep my base alive somehow. Alright, day 5. Got out of the hospital early this morning, sat at the house for a few hours, and then finally felt like I was normal enough to kind of play, check on the base. As I get out of the cave there, I can see my neighbor outside the cave has been building even more. But now I really need excuse me, resources. I need HQM and I need fuel really bad. I know that's all I've done in this video, but just think about it. I didn't put any upkeep in the base or keep the turrets on the whole time, so my fuel has just been running and running, and then the old lady had to fill them up, so I need lots of fuel. Really solid run. 52 pipes, 18 sheet metal. That's good for obviously rockets, but I'm gonna need the sheet metal to build lots of windmills for my raid bases, etc., and the outside of my cave, hopefully eventually. I left my base to hit some nodes, and I just noticed that there's a base on top of the hill right behind me, and yeah, that's kind of big already. That's kind of looks like Chad Spencer's base too. I don't know if it's just me. I did that little run, and mostly came in with stone this time. Okay, another solid one, 20k more sulfur, another 27,000 metal. Like I'm building up the frags, because another benefit of living in this cave is that I don't have no upkeep, and I got no base to build really. So I'm just gonna be metal frag man here. I really want to raid this guy like ASAP, and he keeps building, but I've never seen him online yet. I have no idea though if that's going to be a turret tower or what. I ventured a little bit further east than I have been, and yeah, I got shot down trying to farm. El Jefe Gordo, another name to remember, and hopefully we can find him too. Alright, instead of east, let's go northwest. Let's hit some more nodes. And while I go that way, I see this guy's base again, and I figure I'll just give it a good looking at, you know what I mean? And if this thing survives, we'll be here raiding it pretty soon. See a few turrets in the compound. He's got his furnaces on. He's got a mini down there. And he's still building every day a little bit. Pretty active. Don't know who it is, though. Nothing crazy, just got some random components from the road and some, I don't know, random nodes, I guess. There wasn't that many of them. Alright, back from the ocean again. Have you ever seen anybody get this much crude and components? Like, how many pipes do you think I've farmed? Alright, well, we cook up that crude. I get all my stuff ready from the depot here, and we're going to take it all underground. This is the end of day 5 here. Not super eventful, just trying to get my HQM back and my fuel back so we can party on day 6. You know there'll be a raid right away on day 6. Oh, you better believe it. Eeyaw, eeyaw. Alright, day 6, starting off with a bang. We're going to raid the guy who lives just outside my cave entrance. I think I'm going to put the raid base up on the backside, and we are just going to pummel through. So I got the raid base on me, and we're just running to the other side of this, and then we're going to set it up. Alright, snug this raid base up as tight as we can. Very sure there's going to be counters because this raid's going to take a little while. So my plan is to have 3 turrets guarding the breach. Alright, we place our windmill, we place our turrets, and then I'm going to put everything on my body in this box and hit the F1 kill, spawn down in the cave, get all the rockets, and come back here. Okay, down in the cave base, you can see I'm pretty loaded here. I just bring everything. Usually I can't stand having to come back and get like 5 more rockets or something. My raid base is strong enough that no one's going to break and do it too easy, so. Depot all the rockets, place some walls around my little raid base, just make it a little bit more annoying to get countered, and here we go. Alright, so this guy's in a big rock base, and I was pretty sure going the backside where his entrance isn't would be the best way, and I've been watching this guy's base for a few days, so kind of had the spot in my mind the whole time here. That's where we're blowing in, and I just happen to have really good coverage for my turrets to hit his base, so that's perfect. I'm not sure how many walls it is, or even if this is where his TC is. I'm just guessing, but I think it's like 3 to 4 walls, and we're probably going to be at something. Nothing down there. I'll just keep blasting the way I was. I was putting a big dent in his base, and the helicopter came, so I had to go inside for a minute. But I grabbed a couple more rockets while I was in there. Alright, an armored wall. Well, at least that means we're getting to something. So let's get that down as quick as we can. I really want to get rid of this guy. He lives right outside of my cave, so I have a plan to build like a big turret pod outside the cave entrance as soon as I get wealthy enough, and this guy's not living here anymore, so we're spending anything we can to get in here. Alright, not too bad. Let's just go get a couple more supplies and we'll finish this off. That one wall doesn't need very much, but we'll splash the other one here too. I could have just done the same thing and splashed the wall with another rocket, but I decided to use the Explo here just to see what's behind it. And then I feel like I make a big mistake. I C4 this wall, and I should have just gone for the one to the left. I think it would have led deeper into the rock. Yep, just wasted 4 C4. Definitely should have gone into the other one. Alright, let's see if we find anything finally. Oh yeah, finally. Oh, there is something in here, good. It's not loot yet, but I think we should just keep going quickly here. Ah, it sucks that it's just the wrong height, man. That's a huge ripoff. I could already be in there. This is costing me extra rockets, and I already wasted 4 C4. This is not good. This is a very, very expensive raid. And now someone's coming to counter. Oh, nice. Well, that's why we set up a giant raid base and walls. Couldn't decide where to blow in here. Armored wall, metal wall, or the garage door, but guess take the path of least resistance. Alright, looks like this is a bunker, and that's the bunker entrance. Okay. So yeah, TC's got to be like right here somewhere. Nothing and nothing. Okay, that's weird. Now I don't understand where the TC is. It looks like it used to be in this other room back here where the stone floor was, but why would he move it out of the bunker to the front of the base? Well, I still have some boom, and I'm determined to find some loot or him sleeping, because, yeah, I don't see either so far. Oh, never mind. There he is. And he's naked, just like he would be sealing his bunker. Okay, don't think the loot's out here. So I'm just going back and forth here, thinking what the possibilities are, where this possibly could be. And I'm starting to think that there's one sealed room back here somehow. Or the TC's put away behind a wall. So, yeah, I'm just looking around. Well, what do you know? He did have it sealed away behind this wall somehow. I don't know how he was getting access to it. Or if he just quit, maybe. Anyway, got some loot here. Nothing too crazy. Definitely not profit on this raid, that's for sure. Alright, let's get my own TC down, and then we can finally put a door on this raid, and that'll be gotcha, you know what I mean? Alright, that's not some bad loot. Charcoal's always good, high qual's decent, scrap's good, some fuel, wood, you know what I mean? Again, this raid wasn't profit, but I needed this guy gone. He's been there since literally wipe day. I'll take that. So now the people countering are talking in chat, and they are complaining that they think I'm another guy called Bad Mad, who is the terror of the server, and they think he's offlining, so they're all wanting to stick it to him, but they are just screwing me over. Telling the server where my raid is. These guys have been hanging around for like 20 minutes outside. I think they shot out one of my turrets with just machine gun bullets. They're pretty determined. So I beefed up the place, put a couple doors on it. I think there's a shotgun trap in a box. Just thought I'd put it up. Then I just took a break for, I don't know, 15-20 minutes and just let them get bored. Then in real world, like, you know, go to the bathroom, drink some water, get up, move around. I don't know, just a good time to do that kind of stuff. So yeah, anyway, I just come back right after that. And yeah, nobody's outside. It doesn't look like it anyway. That's funny, they did break a turret here. I had 3, now there's 2. Alright, grabbed all the good loot, just went back home, dipped underground here. And yeah, you can just see me putting it all away. Just went back quick after I got all the loot out, and I just wanted to seal it in this way too, so there's no doors really going anywhere. Just back downstairs again. I was probably just organizing or doing some random stuff, but I think I had to log off for a little bit to go do something, but I needed to fill up all the generators and check all the batteries. There's 1 generator and 1 medium battery per turret. That way I can charge them and back it up, and when I go away, or sleep at night or go to work, that I still have turrets. If those run out, then people could drop down too easy and raid me that way through my 1 door. So I don't have the footage here of how I got to the outpost, but I believe I flew there. Probably got a mini in the garage still, and we're just recycling massive amount of components here. Alright, so we're back at home here now. You can see I traded a ton of stone for wood. We had scrap. I bought 7 turrets with it there in my backpack. And then we got everything else here. It was a nice successful trip to the outpost, back and forth very safely. Alright, we're sitting pretty on upkeep too, and also my upkeep costs me fuel because I'm running through generators all the time, right? So yeah, we got lots of fuel now too. Alright, did all that, organized all that, depoted all that. Now I just need more sulfur. I use so much boom on that guy's base. We just need to go farm. And like I said, big expansion coming up, so I'll just take whatever I can get. Yeah, just ran north, hit nodes, hit barrels, went to this spur market or supermarket, whatever. So this might not seem like a lot, but you know, I mean, 8K sulfur, 15K metal, we got a camera, we got pipes, we got, you know, needing some fuel and some diesel, all kinds of like little stuff that I need. So not a bad little run. And then I already had some in there, so we're just, you know what I mean, using this little old raid base as a depot spot while we run around up top before we jump back in the cave here. Time for a little PvP. Alright, don't know who that is, and he's got nothing on him, and he had a double barrel, so definitely not some big player, it doesn't look like anyway. Still needed way more sulfur, and I'll take metal and high qual, all that kind of stuff. So I headed out to the snow here, found a few bears as well, and it was a successful trip. Head back on the boat just all the way around the west coast of the map. Saves me, I think, time walking there, obviously. And then if I fly, I don't know, sometimes you gotta stash the copter. The boat's like easy to stash behind a cliff or something. Anyway, back to my little boat garage here, really close to my base. I built this just so nobody could steal my boat. It'd be here more reliably. I don't mind coming out to fix it. It's not a big deal. Alright, we made it from the boat dock to the cave entrance, no problem. It's like a square and a half, and it's kind of isolated. So now we drop down, we're back in our main door, our main room, past our one door, and we got 24,000 sulfur from that trip. That's huge, that's very good. And a bunch of other stuff too, so getting more and more set for our next big raid. Alright, that's all done. We're really sealed in there now. I think it's like 9 to 12 armored walls or something, I forgot. I think I counted earlier in the video, but anyway. So I just did a little picture outside in the turret area. My name, Holly Stinks, and then I'm just showing you all these different turret angles. It looks like we're hitting just about every angle you can just because of where we've got them spaced, like the furthest you can, just so there's no little place where someone can drop, hopefully. But yeah, I added some art here, and I changed the skin on the door, so now we're all styling. I crafted up what I had. I think that's like 34 rockets or something like that, 7 C4, and then we still got some explosives, but just wanted to show you what I'm kind of sitting on. just went to get some leftovers and anything else that was in the depot base there, the old raid base. I had the sulfur in it I forgot to get with the metal and a bunch of meat, stuff like that. This base feels so cozy. Alright, let's put some meat on the Barbie, and then we can check out some stats. This server has like a stat feature here. It says I'm 8th, huh? We'll see what we can do about that. That's hilarious. I've almost shot as many rockets as I have bullets, one less. And then I've all the stuff I've gathered there too, so 113 rockets shot. That's crazy. Alright, that's the end of day 6. I gotta call it a day for that day. We did everything we could do. We beefed up the base, we raided, we farmed, we did some PvP, we shot some poor farmer. I don't know what you guys could ask for. Okay, let's hopefully we make it. Ribbit. Ribbit. Oh, that's a sweet sound to wake up to. We did not get raided. Alright, let's get to work. So yeah, I was just basically making lunch and then crafting stuff in the background because this server still has normal crafting time, so yeah, it takes forever. So yeah, this is what we have crafted right now. I think that's almost 60 rockets. And we got a bunch of leftovers, you know what I mean? I think we got a bunch of diesel too still. Alright, I'm back from work, and then I had to do a few things. Anyway, this guy built in the desert right near me. Too close, so I got other things going on right now, other targets. He's too small, but I'm just going to not let him grow anymore, not let him build anymore, so we're going to TC off his base. Alright, now that that's done, we're going to move on. I found a base on the coast, just northwest of my base, not very far, 5, 6, 7 squares. And, you know, it's kind of quiet out there. He's got a big compound. I've decided to fire arrow a bunch of his turrets out on one side, and then I'm going to try to raid. And the reason I'm using fire arrows is because I don't want to make a bunch of noise and attract people over to counter me before I even get the raid started. So we're going to silently take out as many turrets as we can. So yeah, I wasn't using HVs because I wanted to be quiet. But also at the same time I was running into the problem where I was hitting the chain link fences. He had little fences in front of his turrets. Normally it's not a big problem, but when you use fire arrows, it seemed like half the time they weren't working. So yeah, that was a big problem. I had to eventually go home and get the SAR and some Explo ammo, and usually about 10-15 shots would break the chain link and do some damage to the turret, and I would finish it off with the bow and arrow. Yeah, this took forever, but again, there's always people come and counter on this server whenever I raid, and this is gonna be a big ass raid, so like I'm gonna be there for a long time, booming for a long time. Like, people are definitely gonna come, so I'm gonna be ready when they come. Does that make sense? Some of these shots were such a bitch to hit. Like, if this cliff wasn't here, oh man, that'd be super annoying. You'll see in a minute I have to build a little tower to get a shot on some of the other ones. Even to hop in there I needed to get rid. I don't even know how many turrets this is, like what, close to 10? At least 10 turrets I think I've had to break. It's crazy. Okay, we're almost done here, and I gotta hurry because this guy will be on in a few hours. I'm pretty used to his schedule. He's been playing a lot for the last few days. Yeah, he's definitely going to be a juicy target to raid. Looks like he's got a full armored core, obviously. A lot of turrets, and like I said, it was real active. Alright, I think that was the last one I need done. Alright, so I'm going to be flying back here, and I got all the raid stuff. I've already built a raid base right on the cliff overlooking it with walls. Like, I think I got 3 turrets on the thing, one at the front door, one on the other side, and like one on the back, just in case. I know I'm going to get countered here, guys. And yeah, we got tons of rockets and stuff, and I think we're ready to hit this base. Alright, so really weird raid-based design, I know. Trust me, I get it. Here we go. I'm just going to place a bed, and you can see all the stuff I brought here. I'm just going to get kit together some explosives, you know, place the extra stuff, and let's get this raid started now that I put so much work into this already. Now that I'm watching this and editing, I feel like I should have built up a little half wall and then a few sections of ceiling out, and I could have hopped over this wall a lot easier than using meds at least to climb it. Alright, we're over, we're hurt, but it's okay. The only way over that I have anyway is covered by that turret that I put underneath the raid base, kind of on the hill, shooting into the compound just a little bit. Hopefully my breach is somewhat covered and the rest is covered by the raid, the target, his other turrets on the other side of his base. Let's see what this looks like inside here. Let's see if I can walk in yet or if I gotta blow more turrets. Alright, we're looking good. I'm not getting shot. Okay, cool. Alright, we're walking in. I did a good job, a really good job. Won't worry too much about getting all these turret guns just yet. Yeah, I don't want to get shot by the turrets being greedy. Let's just blow in. And we kind of have to blow in right here just because everywhere else is covered with turrets, right? So we're going through walls. Oh yeah, baby. It's expensive. Damn, another armored wall. Well, honestly, it's kind of what I expected. Let's just go right through it. Looks like we gotta go through yet one more. But I bet you we'll be at something good by then, or at least really close. Ah! Oops. Alright, some corridors it looks like, so let's just take them off from here too. Alright, and yet another door. Alright, what must really be in the core now? I'm just listening now, and just taking a half a second here. I'm really sure there's going to be counters, so I'm just going to scan the cliffs here and just make sure nobody's watching me just yet. Alright, yeah, what's in here? This one, not much. Yeah, a whole lot of nothing. Looks like we're going to have to blow some more doors here, but I think we're close. Oh, the counters are coming. Nine rockets, like 200 X-blow left, so we should be able to get to something here. Okay, we found a sleeper, and that's who I thought lived here, so that's good. Bullshit. Oh, I fucking hit him a bunch and I got back behind the wall before he killed me. That's like, hit me in like the edge of the shoulder as I ducked behind the wall. Okay, just spawned me grabbing a kit quick, but he's already HVing my turrets outside of my raid base, I'm pretty sure here. This guy came to counter. I knew people would. I knew it. I boomed so much for so long. It's gonna bring people. I had noticed he did damage my front turret there overlooking the breach, so I thought maybe I'll go try to repair it quick if he's fucked off for a second. I thought he was far enough away and I gave myself enough time, but no, he just got a laser unit frame, and I hit it with the hammer a couple times, but then I kind of just fell down and I was stuck in this terrible place where he could easily just kill me, so I kept going, and yeah, eventually killed myself like an idiot in a dumb spot. Basically lost my one of my other kits, probably my only other kit right now, because I only brought 2 to the raid like an idiot. Yeah, at least I got 1 hit off on it. I don't know if I'm just costing him a couple extra HVs here or what, but seems like he's having a hard time taking it out. It should only take 3, and I think he's fired more than that. Okay, I guess I had 1 more kit, but I'm really sure that's it. And I just took a second to laugh in chat that it's a quiet time of the day, you know, to do a big raid. This is when I picked, when the server was a little bit quieter, because I suck and people come counter like crazy. But anyway, yeah, now he's got APs and he's just like super hard on my raid. I wasn't sure what was going on outside, if a counter maybe came and killed Jacob, and then there was maybe some loot on the ground, or what. So I depoted my stuff, and I spawned at a bag like a square or so away, and I thought I'd come get a better view at what's happening here. So it's kind of creeping up, and I see this guy, and I guess as I go around the rock here, he kind of sees me, and I guess he wants me to help him with his shenanigans. He probably doesn't realize I'm the one raiding. So he hands me a grenade here, and I don't know, I guess we're trying to throw it over or something. Maybe he knows where somebody is. Anyway, I just kill myself with it like an idiot. So yeah, I hope that's good for the blooper reel. Alright, so I spawned back at my actual base in the cave, and I was running back over with a couple kits, just basic ones, and I heard him blowing in, and I was like, oh crap, I think he finally broke my turret and he hopped in the compound. So I thought of this brilliant idea in my head where I would spawn back at the raid base, and I would move one of the existing turrets to replace the one he broke, covering the breach, and maybe trap him in there. Alright, so let's take this one, let's grab it, and let's bring it inside quick, and then I will restart the wiring, and then I will run out, place the new one, and then hook it up to power instantly, and then hopefully it'll all be just really smooth like that. Oh crap, I thought he was busy like blowing open doors and looting and dealing with counter raiders to even notice me. Okay, I don't think he's looking right now. I think it's my time. Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh nice, I love it when a plan all works out. Well, that should make it a little harder for him to leave the compound. Not impossible, but that should make it much more annoying. I guess he's not looking right now. Oh, there's that guy. Ah, he's got nothing, he's just a troll. Oh, I guess he was watching. Alright, me replacing that turret should hopefully buy me a few minutes. I'm going to go grab those kits or kit or whatever this is that I dropped here, and I am going to bring it back to the raid base quick. It's not that far. So I'm cruising back up to the raid with just this kit, right? And I see this guy creeping around, and I'm not sure who it is, if it's Keek or if it's Jacob or who. And, you know, I didn't want to shoot from way too far away or anything because I just know I'm not going to get the kill. So I'll be patient. I'm really biding my time. Okay, now it's the time to creep up on him. Man, that sucks. I think I only fired 5 or 6 shots and I hit 3 of them. I should have brought a better gun, I guess. Oh, and it's someone different this time. Another guy creeping around the raid. Alright, so I got a random star in the raid base and I decided to just post on the entrance to the raid here, to the hole we blew in. That's right, I'm still out here. Haha. Damn. I never thought I was good, but that guy is good. That was a good shot. He just came out and popped me. That's crazy. Turret that I put there to guard the breach is pissing him off a bit here. Keeps trying to take it out, so I'm gonna try to go in there and repair it again. Yes, got it. I don't mind taking that. Oh, we'll take that too. Alright, I'm pretty sure he's still in there. He's stuck. I'm gonna sit and see if I can pick him off. Alright, so I waited a little bit, and then he finally came out. And I hit him. But it's hard to finish now because he's got everywhere to hide, but at least we're picking through his meds. I keep looking for other people. There's just always almost been someone else here too lately. Alright, let's just wait him out. Yeah, man. He's a good shot. That sucks. I'm going to bleed out here. Yeah. Oh my god, guys, do you see that? That is Chad Spencer from earlier in the video. He killed me out on the ocean, and then I offline raided him, and then I thought he left, but I guess he built on top of the hill near my base, and now he's counter raiding us, and he didn't even know it. Oh, isn't that funny? Alright, I went out there, got my stuff. Not very much stuff, but anyway, I'm going back in and out, and I can hear this other guy fighting with me while he's trying to HV the turrets, and I guess this guy killed him, and he tells me, I don't know why he tells me, I guess he's not trying to really take the raid, he's just, I don't know, trying to help me, or just trying to fuck with people. Anyway, so now's my chance to hop in, I guess. Kind of surprised he's not just shooting me in the back right now. I'm really surprised. Too bad I was all like panicked and in a rush and a big noob and I killed myself. Man. Alright, we're back in. Gotta get my stuff here. We're almost full health. And let's cautiously make our way in here and see if there's anything left over, what's sitting around. Is that a mini coming? No, he's gonna go too far. He's gonna land in the turret. So we'll let it. Oh, that's just our counter raid helper. I almost feel bad, but I'm not going to let him run around inside the raid here. This is a solo server. Okay, I'll take a large backpack. Alright, here he is, Jacob, and he's got all the loot from the raid. At this point, I'm panicking pretty hard. I feel like they're going to keep coming back, both of them. So I'm just trying to get out of here. I'm going to take his chopper, but yeah, just an idiot. That's sitting in the turret range and kill myself like a moron again. And now I'm running out of meds to even hop the wall to get back in here, so I just got all kinds of problems. Alright, so my bag timer's finally done. I have a couple more minutes. I don't know how I'm going to get over the wall, but I'm going to about try. And then I hear the chopper, I hear the turret, and I hear an explosion. I'm not quite sure what happened here. Wow, that's weird. Somehow I have 18 rockets and 11 satchels just sitting in the raid base still. That's not great. So it sounds like someone's in the raid using a jackhammer, so maybe opening boxes or doing something. Probably loot in there still.
Oh yeah, I'm watching you, boy.
Damn, you guys see why I don't try to gunfight anybody? You see why I play like a rat? Because I have to. So I guess Jacob was back and he just got killed right here again, and he started to go nuts in chat saying we were like teaming on him and stuff. Which is funny because I killed him and he's killed me a couple times, so it's definitely not. But he was freaking out and saying he was going to report us and stuff. It was really funny. So I think they took a load of loot out of the base, but I don't know if anybody realized that I died on the helicopter right in the turret range. I think they're taking loot from in the base, so all that stuff that I died with on the helicopter, I think, is just sitting there. Let's speed this up for you. Alright, and then now we're in there, and we'll pick up some random stuff here. No problem, I'll take those. And let's get to that helicopter. Oh, it looks like the bag's in there. I'm just going to make sure I creep up really carefully here, though. Okay, that's okay. We got a lot of good stuff there, a few rockets, but I think the backpack had the other rockets in it, and I don't see the backpack bag. But again, I think people are coming back, so I'm going to stash this somewhere just inside the compound, and hopefully no one will see it. This is actually so funny that I got countered so bad by so many people, been locked out of my raid forever, have no kits, and then all of a sudden, now, just managed to get loot out of this raid. That would be hilarious. So this whole time this has been going on, I've realized this is Chad Spencer, and he does not know who I am and that I'm the one who offlined him. So now I'm just letting him know that because I've gotten the majority of the better loot, I think, out of the base, or the other stuff's gone. So now I'm just like taunting him a little, saying that, yeah, I'm the one who offlined you, you douche. Now instantly I get the, oh, where's your base at? Because, yeah, now he's mad, right? Now he wants to come do something. That's awesome. That's great. That's what you go for as every Rust player, really. I'm just telling him here, too, that it was all revenge for the original time when he killed me on the water. That's why I raided him, and then that's why, you know what I mean? All because of that one incident. Alright, so we're back in. What else can we find? Alright, I'll take all that. Not much. Not much. Oh, this box must have had lots of guns in it. Holy, they must have took quite a few, whatever was in here. But, you know what? This stuff's still good enough for me. Okay, little backpack upgrade. And let's take these Hazzies, too. Alright, nothing too special, but we'll fill up the backpack here, why not? We got guns, armor, Meds. Alright, alright. Okay, that's not a bad little hollow loot right there. That's 2 full inventories. So, I don't remember if this heli was brought here by someone else and they came in and they died, or if I landed in here. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's like a decent amount of extra loot to get from this raid. Even after I technically failed, right? Ooh, those turrets almost lit me up. Alright, let's just take you on a flight to my base. It's not very far away. Well, not my main base. My main base is in the cave, but this is just like the heli base outside the cave for now. This Jacob guy, or Chad Spencer, says he's going to online bad mad. He's one of those guys who only onlines, and offlining is terrible. So I just laugh at him. The whole server's asking him, oh yeah, you really got the balls? He's got a giant base, like giant. So I went back to the raid, and I guess Bad Mad is there now also, the guy we're talking about. So that's been at least like 4 or 5 different people came to this raid. I don't know why he's here now. He's very late and missed the whole party. So I realized I hadn't actually got that stuff that I stashed outside in the compound there. So I went and grabbed that. Some pretty good loot. Needed that tech trash bad. And I also grabbed the rest of the stuff from the raid base, the rest of those rockets, and then I headed back to my main base to depot it all. Because this has been a really long night. It's late. I gotta get to bed. This is bullshit. That was a lot of work for very little profit. I don't know, maybe some, not profit explosive wise, but anyway, we got some loot out of it. There was a lot of action. Well, we're definitely ready for tomorrow. Good night. Fingers crossed we have a base in the morning. Alright, early, day 8. But I gotta go to work today. So we're just gonna do a quick barrel run on the ocean here. And yeah, that's super necessary. I need the fuel, I need the crude. The scrap in the HQM doesn't hurt either. Gotta feed the beast. That's Jacob's base up there on the hill right next to my cave. And he has no idea I live there. So this is what we got in one haul on the water. 1,700 crude, 1,000 fuel, 30 pipes, 700 scrap, and a lot of other stuff. So very, very worthwhile going out on the boat for 20-30 minutes. Okay, let's top these babies up before I have to head out. I was just about to log off when I heard the hammer or whatever, and then I saw the flashlight come through the wall here. Somebody knows there's a base here, but they don't know who lives here. It's the first time I've heard anybody in this cave at all. Alright, I didn't have a ton of time to play today. I think after work I had to teach for a little bit. So anyway, I played for a little bit in the morning, and then this last clip comes from like 11:30 at night, and I just did a fat node run out in the very bottom of the map in the snow and got a couple different things, 22 grand sulfur and like 35 grand metal, that kind of stuff. Just the necessities, baby. Alright, we got this much sulfur, and then we're putting the rest of this to cook while I go to sleep. Fingers crossed another night. Alright, we made it another day. Sweet. And this is what we're working with. What is that? 36, 42, 48, 54 rockets, 9 C4, 12 satchels, stack of Explo. This backpack's all just stuff that's going to go get recycled here in a minute. We're taking that to the outpost. Bear with me. Just going to show you inside just about every one of the boxes here. And then eventually we'll get to one with the construction stuff in it, and you'll see that I got quite a few windmills and turrets, and I'm stockpiling guns. So I've got this whole quest in my mind of building a base like right in front of the cave entrance on the surface. So we'll see how that goes. I have a feeling we're going to be much, much richer soon. We're going to hit a big lick. We're going to hit a big raid here. Don't you worry. You'll see. That last one was just awkward with the cliff and all. Alright, let's just go grab my mini from my little heli base there. I got a refinery in here too for the crude, so that's huge. Just gonna get that burning while I'm on my trip. Alright, now we're off to the outpost to recycle a bunch of components. Alright, so we get there, we recycle all of that, and with all my scrap, I buy turrets. So I think I got at least 10 plus turrets, if not like 13 or 14, to bring back home. Successful little run there. So yeah, just needed supplies, wood for the furnaces, stuff like that. Anyway, depoted that, had some food and water, you know, a little snack, and then we headed back out, hitting some nodes again. But to my surprise, we saw Jacob's base decaying, and we are in there breaking lockers and getting all kinds of kits and loot from his base, mostly just AK kits though. Let's open up this one, see if it's just as full as the last one. Oh yeah, bingo baby, this is huge for me. Alright, so I think I got like 4 different lockers and then like a couple boxes full of stuff. Some of it wasn't as good, but anyway, we depoted the shit out of that, that's for sure. And now Jacob isn't our neighbor. How great is that? So a little later I'm hitting nodes, and I noticed this big base pop up here. It's just north, like 1 square of the last raid I just did. And I think it came up in like a day here. I don't even think it was here yesterday. Anyway, I'm not sure who lives here, and yeah, got to keep that in mind now. So yeah, I was out there for a while, and this is what I got. I killed a bunch of animals. I got 22,000 sulfur. Didn't get as much metal, but then I brought home all the fuel from the heli base, or the mini base anyway. Because I'm such a hard worker, I went back out on the water right away and to hit barrels, and I didn't go out there quite as long, but I came back with another 1,000 crude, 500 fuel, a bunch of components, 500 scrap. It only takes 20 minutes, you know what I mean, so not too bad, nobody's going to interrupt you. Okay, now we're on the way to the snow. We're going to fly there this time, save some time, mine some sulfur. So I'm flying around the corner here by Sulfur Quarry, and wow, somebody's got the whole thing walled off, multi-TC, multi-SAM sighted. What a dick. I luckily avoid all that and I'll avoid dying. I used to be the worst pilot, and now I'm barely passable, so thankfully I was able to recover there. Maybe I shouldn't park this here right next to this guy's base. Maybe a bad idea. He's been here since day 1, I'm pretty sure. Day 1 or day 2 at least. I have no idea what his name is though, so makes it hard to off-find someone when you don't know who lives there. So I'm just killing bears and hitting nodes, and I see this little decayed base, and yeah, I decided to check this out. Alright, that's a good sign of a recent decay there. Python. Oh, okay, another one. Okay, nice, so way up there finally. It took me a few tries, but here we go, we're in now. Looks pretty picked over and looted. I hope there's no shotgun traps in here. Alright, looks like we're clear. I found the TC, the boxes, a few guns and a scope, workbench, not the worst. I'll take the night vision, I guess. The rest is just crap I really don't need. I'm not that poor. After that, tracked a few more nodes on the way back to the chopper. and you know, headed home. We got 13k sulfur, 14k metal, you know what I mean, and EK loot plus a couple bears. Not bad little haul. I had lots of explosives now, and this guy was really close to me and on the edge of the world, so I figured I would quietly destroy his turrets and see if he was online. I still don't know who lives here. It sucks doing this. It takes so long with these arrows, but it's worth it so nobody's bothering you. If I can just break these, I can get a raid base down really close. So I broke a couple turrets and I went back to get some more fire arrows, and I saw this helicopter kind of go right towards his base, and I thought it was him. So I just kind of hid my stuff and I waited around for a while and I let him see me, and then I like hid behind the rocks. I was hoping he'd kill me, and sure enough, eventually he came poking around, and I'm pretty sure this is the base owner. It is the counter raider from the raid. I was asking him in chat if he actually lives there or if he was just skulking around, but he wouldn't give me a direct answer. I'm pretty sure though. Alright, so we're back from that farming trip and we grabbed some HVs from the mini base. Just had them left over from the raid, brought back, and yeah, we're just in the base playing with our stuff here, and organizing, and I'm just talking to that guy about how Bad Matt is almost unraidable, and he always logs on if he's offline to defend raids, and it's just a well-known fact on this server. It sounds funny that I keep saying it, but it is. Alright, I got the furnaces going, cooking all that sulfur. I gotta pass out again. And tomorrow hopefully will be a decent day for us. If we can make it again, there's always that chance that when I wake up she's all gone. Living one door to the loot, guys. See you hopefully tomorrow.
Quack, 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 quack.
What a bad little boy. Trying to drain my turrets. Good luck though. They got like 3 stacks in them at least each. I sat myself AFK just watching this while I made lunch, and I guess he was still trying to drop down. Okay, well, I gotta go back to work, so whatever happens, happens. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Alright, I woke up not raided after work here. It's like 11 at night though, and let's see if anything was done. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like someone blew a couple armored walls trying to get in, but gave up after that. Most people should. There was like at least 5-6 more walls to go, so. Alright, I got tons of high qual on me right now, so let's go repair this up. Replace both walls, get it all looking nice and shiny and new. And after we're done, we're going to put just a little sign on there for him, just in case he comes back. Nothing too crazy. So, I wanted to go try and raid that guy again. I didn't think he was online, and I thought I'd just go check out his base first. And I get there, and yeah, there's lots of stuff going on. There's a body of someone who offline raids people. That was a very big sign. And then bags all around in boxes, and then somebody's in the compound breaking shit. Turrets are going off. I'm pretty sure that Bad Matt is inside offline raiding this guy right now.
Oink, 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 oink.
Alright, day 11. Not raided. Living one door to the loot. Still not raided. Okay, so I did some noding, and on my noding I found a little base not too far away from mine that is pretty decent size and not raided, so we're just running back with a raid base right now. We're going to pop that down, and yeah, you know what's going to happen. Okay, the heli's out bothering us, but that's okay. Let's throw down this raid base really quick. And yeah, I know everybody hates it, but putting 3 turrets on a raid base facing the breach with stone walls seems a little excess, but really stops the counters. And I have tons of stone. I don't use any stone on my base right now, so yeah, we built the raid base, and now we're back at main, just grabbing all the boom, taking it back on the heli. A little bit of a safer trip, and we'll just show you how close it is here with a fast flight, just a couple squares away. Alright, we're back. I'm just time to place these walls, and then we're going to get started. Let's go! Ouch. Good thing I didn't jump in there. We'll just take it out with an extra rocket. There's a garage door up above we can splash to. Nothing there, but it's only stone walls, so let's just keep going to the core. Alright, we blew something up. It doesn't look like there's much up there. Let's just keep going. Straight to the core. This is a rock base, by the way. I don't know if you can tell by the outside of it, so. Watching this in editing, I'm not really sure why I C4'd instead of rocketing, but here we go. Alright, I see a tier 3 and some doors, so might as well just send some more rockets in there. Alright, one more door and a trap. That door probably leads to the TC. It's got a, this looks like the bottom of the base for sure. Alright, and we found the TC and all the main loot. Perfect. Okay, break that. Get my own TC down. Can seal up this base. Alright, nice and secure now. Got lots of time to check the loot. Where to start? Alright, that's not a terrible weapon box. I can use that stuff. Ugh, locked boxes. Alright, TC's not like super great, but it's not bad either. It's a decent amount of scrap. And then you guys see, like I said, where I get all the stone for the stone walls for my raid bases, right? There you go. There's plenty. And enough high quality to keep me going in my base for a few more days. I just put a few of my own boxes down so I could organize the loot better. Alright, a bunch of nothing really, nothing too important. And then this box has got lots of good stuff in it. A bunch of AKs, bullets, meds. Yeah, okay, I can deal with that. What do we got here? Oh, a little bit of components. I don't mind that. The tech trash and the pipes, that'll help. Okay, that's a super random small box, but I guess we got a C4 out of it. Now, what about you? Holy crap, that is a good box. Metal frags, not that hard to get, but it's all nice and cooked for me. I'll take that. But the 13,000 gunpowder and cooked sulfur. Woo-wee! That's profit, I'm pretty sure, baby. You don't get profit raids too often on here. And I'll always take a hazmat set. That doesn't bother me. Lots of easy kits. Alright, here's me getting home with all the best loot right away. Not too shabby. Alright, I put all that stuff away, took all that loot home, and I still had a lot of explosives left, especially with this new sulfur and gunpowder that I just got from that raid. So I paid my friend in the snow a visit. He's been there since day one, and I think I want to raid him. So we're just gonna check out how to put down our raid base. Sorry, and yeah, that's just super important to me. I can't raid anybody like this without a raid base. All right, so I think I got a plan. I'm going to bring 4 C4, and I'm going to break 2 of these external TCs, and we're going to see if we can put a raid base down. I think that's the plan. I was just flying back to get the C4, etc., and I saw this other base, so just thought I'd swoop down there and check it out, see if I could listen if anybody's home, etc. Didn't hear a sound. And the guy's got no turrets, no power, nothing yet, so I don't know, maybe he'll be the next raid target. But I think I'm going to hit the first guy first, definitely. Just looking through some stats here, and guess what? Look who's ranked number 1. I was still looking around. I was going to do the raid just here in a little bit, and I was just checking out bases, and sure enough, this guy just starts blasting at me. As I'm flying away, I noticed someone in chat say something that kind of lined up with what just happened, so instantly in my head, I think that was Hemdog that just shot at me, and I'm going to go back. And I didn't have it marked where this guy's base was, so I was just flying around, but this is actually Bad Mad's base. I just flew right there by accident. It's huge for a solo, guys. You guys have no idea how big that actually is until you're up close to it. Alright, I leave his base, I go west. This guy's base is like two squares away, and so I fly over that and I see the drop right away. This guy was talking about it in chat and to another person, so I'm just like looking around real quick to see if anybody's sitting here or where they are. Oh, there, I see someone now. I'm gonna land quick and see if I can shoot him. And missed every shot. It's funny how I don't even notice that I'm low health while I'm playing, or that I've landed so far away from the drop. Here he comes again, though. Well, he must be just terrified right now. I'm gonna waste all my ammo doing this. Oh! 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 I hit him 3 times. Probably one more and he's dead. I don't know why I decided to run to this airdrop. It's kind of far. That's actually a pretty cool airdrop for me. That's a yeehaw. I'll take it. Man, thanks for letting me know there's an airdrop right by your base, bud. And of course I had to taunt him because this is Rust and I barely ever get to steal anything from anybody, so that's awesome. This is just another base I found while scouting around. No turrets yet or nothing. Doesn't look too big, but you know, there could be some loot in there. I'm betting at least a couple armored walls though if I went through the walls. Yeah, definitely still going for the ice base. Out of all the other things I've seen so far, it's been there the longest. It's got lots of turrets. I bet he's just juiced to the gills. So let's just go back home and let's get ready for that raid. Let's get ready to blow those 2 TCs, external TCs that he's got, and then we got to get a raid base down as fast as we can. Because I still don't know who lives there, what his name is, if he's online, offline, anything. If he's online, it looks like we're gonna try to put this raid base down anyway. So let's see what happens. Alright, I picked which 2 or 3 that I gotta break, so let's do it. I'm using the transmitter this time, guys, or the remote, whatever you guys want to call it. I've never done it before, but this is, I guess, the exact situation. You want to use it. Getting turned around here. Also, I thought I was only going to blow 2. I guess I'm blowing 4 just to be safe and sure. That's me. I'm always using overkill. I get a better angle from this side over here. Okay, now the fun part. Never got on this before. See how well it works. Click, click, click. Okay, just had to hit it a bunch, I guess. Alright, let's broken. Let's hurry. I want to see how close we can get this raid base, because I want turrets guarding the breach. You know me, I raid like a rat. It'll be pretty much the same design. 3 turrets spread out, 2 low, 1 high, guarding the breach. I go overkill. Alright, raid base is built. Let's go back and get all the explosives. We gotta hurry here. You never know when he's gonna come online. Alright, this is everything I'm bringing. Probably way too much, but that's okay. That's how I do things. Okay, we're here. Gotta fly really low. That way I don't set off the SAM sights. I don't want them to shoot me, but I can just slide in here like this. Alright, we're here. Let's use some cheap satchels that I got stored up, and let's break that wall. Boom, boom. I'll go bye-bye. Alright, so let's check out his compound here. No turrets shooting at me right away. Nothing pointing outwards, but I think I see some pointing inwards and behind chain link fences, so I'm going to have to break those, then HV them. But all the angles on them are terrible. This guy's got a nice little build there for making the turrets hard to shoot. Damn it. Oh, that's annoying. If he's online or offline, doesn't matter. I don't want this to take a long time. Alright, got my stuff, but I think there's one over on the right here that might be easier to get at the start. Alright, let's break the chain link. Alright, one turret gone. But we're starting to make some noise, so I don't always love that. But our raid base should keep us pretty safe. As long as I can get a little deeper in here too, and I can't get shot in the back, hopefully. Alright, with 2 on the right gone, I should be able to peek in here and get a couple shots on the left ones. Or not. Man, that thing just was trained on me before I even came around the corner. Didn't even see that thing there. That would have probably got me in the future for sure. So I was dying a little bit to those turrets, and I had a crazy idea. What if I depoted most of my stuff and just tried to run past them and see if I could get into that little crack ahead of me? Here goes nothing. Oh, that's cool. I don't have to deal with those at all. Now I can just C4 this wall or something. Ooh, you think I can make it back out? Oh my god, wow, that's too easy. KK, we're loaded up. Let's head in. Run in, head down. Oh yeah, that's easy. Okay, first thing we'll do after the bend, we'll get rid of that shotgun trap real fast, just so I don't have to deal with that. It'll make getting in and out a little easier for me. I'm not messing around with taking out more turrets. We're going right in, right here. A little bit of a rookie hasty move there. Didn't check the wall with the hammer, so I hit the foundation by accident, which normally wouldn't be a problem, but it's just too low. I can't get in, so I'm gonna have to rocket under and hopefully break the foundation and the wall behind at the same time and not waste too much explosives because of this. Alright, it's down to 450, it's less than half, and we're breaking stuff behind it, so I think we're doing okay here. Damn it, we broke something, but the wall's not close yet, like it is, but it's going to take a little bit more, so here we go. Is that my turret shooting on my raid base? I don't think the compound turret is shooting at me right now. Oh wow, GG, not paying attention enough. It could have been terrible if someone was camping outside the raid, but they weren't, at least there. They didn't shoot at me anyway. Alright, back to what I was doing. Okay, and the wall's open now. Okay, armored. That's a good sign and expected. Let's just check this little corner before I keep going. Wow, it looks like we're good. No turret shoots directly down this line, so we're safe and snug. KK, let's throw a couple C4, and there should be a little bit left over for us. Maybe some Explo, maybe a rocket, we'll see. I think I will choose rocket. And what do we have but a couple doors? That is a great sign. We are probably in the core. Alright, so what do we got? Doors on both sides, it looks like. Alright, so I'm going to shoot dead center. The splash should hit both doors a little bit, and the ceiling, and the walls behind. I can take a couple more rockets, but we're hitting everything. I just continue with my strategy to try to splash everything here. Alright, so it's kind of working. We broke that door. And, yeah, this other door looks like it's going to probably be almost broken. Well, we got a locker and another door. I think I'm going to go the other way. And let's just use a satchel on it quick. Or two, maybe. Alright, satchel away. What's behind the door? Ooh boy, that's TC and main loot for sure. Let's get it. Okay, let's break that TC and break some boxes. This guy's got external TCs like attached to his base, so like I don't think I can take over very easy. So I don't think I can seal myself in. Wow, first blocks, oh my god, 27,000 cooked sulfur, 15,000 gunpowder, 5,000 fuel. The pipes, the tech trash, the computers, oh my gosh, guys, oh my gosh. What does TC have? Oh wow, okay, that's a lot of high qual for me. That's days and days and days of upkeep. Lots of wood for my furnaces, lots more stone for stone walls. That'll keep me going. Alright, depoted most of that, and then we just came back in to check the place out even more, break some more boxes. Alright, let's grab this stuff. Maybe we just put on this new fit, why not? And then let's eat some food. I'm pretty hungry here. Alright, next box. Can it be as good as the last ones? Some good guns, some not so good guns, but I'll take that. That's definitely worth it. I'll take lots of that home. Alright, let's go depot and then head back in. Next box. Oh, there we go. A couple stacks of Explo. What do we got? 6, 12, 18, 24, 25 rockets, 277 Explo, C4, some HEs, some MLRS. Alright. I like that. That's another good box. Not as exciting, but I'll take 6 airdrops, a lot of night vision, you know, heavy metal kits. That's okay. Since I got so much, let's blow open this locker in the next door. Those are 3 nice kits. I will take that as well. Alright, is there anything? It's just a Dropbox loot that went through the wall. Nothing too special. So I decided not to waste any more boom on this guy's base. I literally found like so much in one room at the TC. Like, I doubt he has anything left, and if it is, it's just kits and stuff. So anyway, let's just take that back to base. This crazy good haul, this amazing haul. I think his SAM sites are still active, so I'm trying to stay low to the ground so they don't shoot at me. Nice, I made it away with nobody shooting at me. So right now I gotta land my heli in a little base that's next to the cave, but it's not in a compound, there's no turrets, anybody could be there or near me and kill me and take all this loot, for example. So we need to build the compound around my cave, finally. I think we have all the loot we need now. We have all the turrets, we have all the raw materials. So yeah, depoted that second load, and then right away got all the building materials, came out of the cave, and the compound around the cave is going to be good, but right in front of the cave entrance, as close as I can build, I want to build a little base that's just all turrets, that's it, and really control the cave entrance, and then I'll build my compound around that. So we'll snug this up right as close as we can to the front of the cave so we can have turrets literally guarding the cave entrance. And then otherwise we'll just build back, and then I want to have a 2x2 and we'll just have honeycombing on it. And we'll just have turrets 360 on this thing, and it'll just be my depot base. I'll have some large furnaces up here. I can land helis in front of the cave and they'll be guarded by the turrets. You know what I mean? This will be all kinds of extra security. They'll have to raid this turret base just to even come down to raid the base. This will all be full of boxes soon. Alright, let's place a bunch of compound walls. I got all the stone for free pretty much from all these last raids. Plus when I go farm sulfur, it's not that hard to hit a stone node. We got this one little guy's furnace base left over from the guy I raided. He's kind of in my way here, but we'll build around him, no problem. Alright, so I finished the compound. There's 3 entrances. That way I'm not just stuck. And here's a view from me flying away, but it's a little dark, so it's kind of hard to see. We'll get you a better one eventually here. Alright, just had a ton of components after that raid, and I took all the extra ones to the outpost here, recycled them, and just head home. But this time, instead of buying turrets mostly, I bought SAM sites. Now we can defend our above ground base, and hopefully they don't just take it all out in one MLS strike, you know? Oh, I love being able to just fly into the compound now instead of trying to hide it in that heli base. Okay, let's put this small refinery down. And then after we do that, you know what we want to do is I want to set up turrets all the way around the cave in the compound, because I don't want somebody to be able to just land on the other side of the compound, right? But for right now, I got kind of like a crescent moon thing going on around the entrance. Nobody's getting in there. So things were going really well now. And I live right next to missile silo, so I thought I'd give it a try. Never really ran it before ever, didn't understand anything about it, so let's go try it right now. I got all the key cards from raiding, so why not use them? I shouldn't have done this at night. I guess it doesn't matter, it'll all be dark inside the missile silo. Damn, these guys take a lot of shots. I'm gonna die, dude. This sucks. Damn, I thought he was right on me. That's why I stopped healing. Where is he? Oh, shit. Oh, obviously he's behind me. Holy, I can't believe I didn't die. Another one, really? How am I still alive? I have no idea where these guys are or where they're coming from. Damn, I couldn't even see. Oh shit! I couldn't even see the one guy through the fucking fence, and then this guy comes out of nowhere. Man, this shit is tense when you're bad. Oh damn! Almost died again. This is wild. Now where is this guy? Where the hell is this guy hiding? Okay, I'm gonna hit a quick heal then. Oh, damn! Man, you guys are like ninjas. I didn't hear him coming at all. Finally got one from long range. This is kind of exciting, guys. I've never done this before. I'm a silo virgin. So yeah, I had no idea my way around in there. I'm just fighting all these guards that take too many headshots. Alright, elevator, 2nd level. I guess we're getting somewhere here. Loot hasn't been that spectacular. Not even worth showing, really. Just some comps and stuff. Got you good. Got you good. Alright, so I hurt this guy. He goes back into the other room here and I chase him. Big mistake. Because I live so close, I decided to come back and try to you know, get my stuff, get back in, but I didn't realize that the silo lid closes and you need another card, and I didn't have another card. So looks like we will not be continuing that and getting my stuff back. Alright, back at my compound now after the node run there. I finally decided to put up a large furnace here on the outside. It's going to be a lot more convenient than going down to the cave every time I want to use the furnace, and especially when I'm online all day, I'll just use this big one here. We'll fill it all up and get her burning. My little turret base is looking good, hey? Juicy. Nobody'd want to attack that. Why would you want to attack that? It doesn't look like there's loot in there, right? So it's kind of annoying to get into my cave to even look, hey? Alright, it is now 8:30 p.m. and we're at another raid, not too far from my base, just maybe south like 6-7 squares, and we are blowing up some externals just so we can get a raid base real nice and close. These raids take forever and there will be counters, so I will not go without a turret behind me. Alright, so I did my usual, my 3 turrets, bolty, 2 pythons, and then we went home, grabbed the boom boom, stock it all up, get everything I got pretty much, and then we fly back in the mini, just so we can't get killed as easy. Fly right into my raid base turrets, and yeah, get this started. Okay, we made it. Let's use some satchels. Let's use them up on this compound wall. Oh, shit. Oh, man, we're really close to his base. That was the turret on the outside of the base that killed me when the second the wall broke. So, I couldn't get my body back very easily. I tried to spawn outside and go around the back, got killed. Now I'm spawning in the raid base trying to shoot HVs at it. That didn't work, even through all the cracks and everything. So I eventually just went home, spawned at home, flew back with some more HVs, and took it out from the outside, which was a ton of work and noise, which I didn't want. Alright, now we can take this thing out. Alright, one gone, but I think there's another one right next to it. And that should be it. Alright, we're set. This is what I like. I got the breach covered. The other guy's compound is covered the rest of the way with his own turrets. So let's go in there and just blow through one of these walls, I think. Alright, now that we made some noise, let's see what's inside. Alright, it's all kind of open here. I don't see any turrets. Nice big armored core. Alright, shouldn't be too crazy here. This sure is kind of a interesting base design, how it's like a base within a base, and then he's got like ground here. Nothing there, nothing in those. Alright. Looks like this base is decaying too, just the armor anyway. The metal's not, so that's interesting. I checked this whole thing out 360. It's a kind of odd situation, but I don't know, you'd think the loot would be in here, right? Despite not being a door guy, we're inside the walls. Now let's try some doors. Alright, what do we got? Another door. Alright, let's open that up. Alright, what's behind door number 2? Alright, we got a level 3 workbench and some more doors. This looks promising enough. So it looks like there's a bunker underneath. Let's just try to blow all the doors and the floor all at once here. Alright, now let's shoot a bunch of rockets and break it all. Alright, it's finally open, and we see boxes. What's in the boxes? Nothing. Sleeping bag named 1, and a box full of nothing. This is odd. I really thought there'd be a TC and loot down here. I'm not sure what to make of this exactly. If he got raided or moved his TC.
Hey, I messed up. Alright, break into this thing. Listen to me. I've raided this before.
So this guy's outside and he just won't shut up. He's there forever and he's just saying that he's raided this kind of base before, or raided this base before, and he couldn't find anything, and he keeps asking me what I'm getting, if I'm finding loot when I break stuff. Like, I'm not really sure what's happening. Alright, so there's not a ton of ways to go, but there still kinda is at the same time, so just don't know if I have enough explosives to check every single possibility. Let's go see if we can get a better view. Oh shit, I didn't see that. Oh man, that was close. Alright, now we can go look. We can go up another level. Or we can check out these 2 doors. And there's a bed here. I don't know, that's probably something. I don't know if this guy's trolling me and is the owner and this is like just like a waste of time base. I decided to check up first, and yeah, this guy will not stop talking. He wants a loot cooler, but I haven't found anything for loot here, yeah, like at all almost. Great, another door. Alright, now what do we got? A couple more doors. Might as well splash them too, I guess. Alright, let's go look here. Ooh, the electric furnaces. And nothing in any one of them. This base never seems to end. These ceilings are pretty damaged. Like, I guess I'm going through that. I don't know if that's cheaper than the doors, but it's true you can make your base just thick enough that even, you know, 60, 70 rockets can't get it. Especially if you don't have your TC in the floor too, I guess. Doors, more doors. Oh man. Ooh, alright. This is this could be promising. Another different kind of door skin. Is this the TC finally? Oh my god, no it's not. We're on like the 4th or 5th floor of this base too. Like, it's only so tall. Like, what's going on here? Is this TC on his roof? It's gotta be up, otherwise it's behind a wall or something like that, right? Or in some like weird location, and I guess still in the wall somewhere. Alright, well there's lots of doors up here anyway. Kinda open though. No turrets. Got another battery room, and looks like a way up and way down. He's kinda had the same theme throughout the whole base, and then I'm assuming these 2 other doors go out to like shooting floors just based on the floor we're on. Yeah, and that was just the way to come up. Man, so much wasted explosives. Nah, I'm pretty much out of boom boom here on me right now. And I'm pretty sure that leads to a shooting floor. I don't know, maybe we missed something. There's really only other doors in the bottom, like... That didn't really make any sense though, right? Like, I didn't see the TC through the door. Yeah, one's just a box, and the other one's just the way into the bunker. And then we go down in the bunker, there's no unopened doors or anything either. And then when we go out of here and we look around, like there's no other rooms, no other doors, nothing I could see anyway. Like, I went around this a few times and looked. I looked outside in the compound. I don't know where this TC is. So let's go back to the raid base. Okay, wow, I still have 30 rockets left, so I guess we're bringing that all in. I don't want to have spent all this and get nothing. Might as well try to finish it off. Trying to look around out here to see if there's any possibility of his TC being outside, but nope, I don't think so. Not here anyway. Like, is one of these a secret room or something like that? Like, is the stability the telltale thing here? Nope, definitely not a secret room. Just a giant waste of explosives. But the stability kind of tricked me, and I'm not sure if I should keep trying this all over the place here. The turrets on my raid base just went off, and I think somebody tried to drive a vehicle through the breach past my turrets just so he could counter. That's hilarious. Okay, this guy killed me before, and I've seen him around. He's in chat, so he's a little busy guy, this one. Came to counter with some nades and a shotgun and everything. Alright, I want to be sure where this goes to. Right to the shooting floor, just like I thought. And that means the door behind me also goes to the shooting floor just on the other side. Nothing too fancy out here. No extra doors. Looks like part of this has been decaying. Yeah, right here looks like there's definitely something missing. Alright, I think the power's off. Let's go check out the roof, see if there's any possibility of his TC being up here. Pretty empty up here. Oh, that box looks like it has stuff to seal a TC away. I'm really not sure where else to look besides opening up every wall in here. I'm getting a little crazy right now, so I think that's what we're going to do, is start opening up walls here, metal walls. Wow, this is wild. I'm getting a little stressed out here. Alright, this wall's next. I feel like it's got to be behind a metal wall, not an armored wall. Somebody might, you know what I mean, seal their TC away and break a metal wall to get at it every single day, but I really doubt an armored one. Still nothing. Alright, next floor. Alright, I blew that one, and then I heard my turrets shooting again, and I went out there to check it out. Sure enough, it was our buddy. He's back again there, El Gordo, or whatever his name is. But you know what? I've had enough of this raid. I can't find the TC. I shot all my boom. I have like nothing left. That was just a giant colossal waste, so we're just gonna head home. I never quit like that, but there's just, I don't know where else to even look if I had more boom, which I don't. So anyway, we're here at my beautiful compound. So immediately after getting home and depoting that stuff, I went out and just noted the local area. Did pretty well, just stuffing it in the furnace here, taking the old cook sulfur out. Need to rebuild after that giant waste. Alright, so it's much later in the evening. Yeah, salvaged what was left of my explosives from the last raid, and then I had some sulfur at home, and then I just had some more sulfur, and we cooked it all up, and I have enough for a raid. And that guy from earlier, the one with the airdrop, the one who shot at me when I was flying my copter there, yeah, he's offline right now. He's been online all day, so let's pay his base a little visit here. Already got a raid base down, and let's see what kind of damage we could do. Alright, so I was setting up the raid base, etc. just before this. I don't know why I don't have the clip, but anyway, this guy died just over the hill to the left there. I forget what happened to him, if he fell out of a chopper or if heli got him or something. But anyway, I saw him die, and I went over and looted his body. And now he keeps coming back choked because it was me that took it. And now he's just trying to sabotage my raid. He's sitting outside with a bolty, and he's just trying to do anything he can to stop me from raiding this guy and taking out his turrets. I guess it's his friend too. They live right next to each other, it seems like. So not only am I dealing with these super annoying turrets, there's a bunch all around the compound. Half of them are in cages, weird angles, da 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 da. Now I gotta deal with somebody sniping at me too. This is the guy I was talking about. I guess he found his pick clean body and then came over here to investigate and died to the turrets. Now he'll be coming back with his rifle. Yep, so now he's just sitting in the dark with a sniper rifle. I later find out he's got some NVGs. So yeah, this is going to be a fun raid now, trying to break these turrets. Alright, so now this guy's in chat telling everybody that Bad Mad's raiding someone offline and to come counter. This has been like at least the third time this has happened to me, where somebody rats out a raid to the server saying it's a certain person, but it's me. Oh, it's so hard to like make a good shot with HV at night while getting sniped. I'm trying to explain it's me and not him, but now they won't even believe me, which is hilarious. And then there's people saying, oh, if you need a raid base for an offline, you're sad. Well, it's not for the guy who's offline, it's for the 10 counters that come all the time. And someone shoots you in the back while you're not even looking, while you're busy raiding or using rockets. Like, oh no, you shot me in the back, I'm bad. I didn't realize he was on, but Bad Matt even came on and laughed at all these people who are always talking about him in chat and obsessed with him, and they think he's raiding when he's not even raiding, and it's me. Just gets a real kick out of all this. I decided to let a little time go by. And yeah, when I come back, I can hear the turrets go off. Alright, well, it wasn't what's-his-face there, because I just got hit. It's this guy. He's in chat calling me a pussy. Well, he came to try to counter too. Good thing I have a raid base. Okay, well, it's pretty hot around here. Chat's talking about it. I need to just do something in real life for 10, 15, 20 minutes, and we'll come back and see if he's that patient or not. Okay, I only waited like 10 minutes, but I'm just going to try shooting rockets from inside the door here, and hopefully you can't get quite the angle on me. Gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, after all those explosions, let's see if we can get a little closer to this base here. Oh shit, let's see if I can block this one off though. I think I can get closer. Alright, we found a little blind spot. Let me just heal up a little bit. Oh, that scared me. But it looks like the gate is taking most of it, so I don't know if we can drain this turret, but I might as well sit here and try. I was sitting there draining it, and then I saw his little head pop over the hill over there. That's like the one place he can shoot me from. So we gotta get the hell out of here. He's ruining it every time for me here. I really wish I brought a bolty so I could shoot at it back. Oh, I gotta do something about this. This guy's killing it. I could already even finish this raid. Maybe I should just try and shoot him. Oh man, I think I got him. Okay, well that worked. Let's go get that body as fast as we can. Hopefully he doesn't have a bunch of bolties. think that's his base right there too, because him and the base owner I'm raiding right now, they were talking like buddies in chat earlier, and I think they live, yeah, right next to each other. So he could come out again at any second here. Nice, we took his NVGs and his sniper rifle. Hopefully he can't bother us nearly as much anymore. God damn, I didn't go deep enough. I shouldn't get hit by that one at all. Alright, I guess my strategy is to try to drain that one turret if I can. It might be hard to hit from where I am. Can't seem to find the sweet spot like I did last time. I'm just getting hit and it's still shooting, so try to break it, I think. Man, this is kind of a tough shot. It's a little bit far away. It's stuck to a thing. It's like through some hatch frames. Oh, wow, I'm getting shot in the back here. Oh, this never ends. This is why you have a raid base. Damn it, I don't see this guy anywhere. I was running low on supplies at the raid base, and I needed some meds specifically. So I went and spawned at my main base, and I thought I would crawl over, walk over, hide the whole way, and come from a different angle and see if I could catch him from behind. You know what I mean? Scoping out my raid base, just come from a different angle, you know? But when I got back, nobody was skulking around. I guess it just took me too long to get back, and there's no action here. Maybe he got bored. This is taking way too long for an offline, so I gotta speed this up a little bit. So we're back to work here, trying to take out that turret that's in my way. Oh, we broke it. Let's test and see how far we can get in there, how close we can get. That's a good sign. No gunfire. Oh, I think we're ready to blow in. Let's go get the good stuff. Yeah, this one here is going to be a problem. I think this is the last one we need to break, but it should be really easy. Alright, now that that's gone, we can start breaking in, and let's just check this turret ammo. Oh yeah, he had lots of ammo in there. I wouldn't have drained that very quickly. Alright, I'm going through the doors. That's kind of weird for me. Just gotta be careful not to get shot by any of these other turrets. I don't know how I did that, but yeah, walked right into the boom. Right, perfect timing. Well, we're back, but it's a good thing I have a raid base, so nobody can just come steal my raid when I do something stupid like that. Well, I'm pretty sure right there that's gonna be some loot right behind that wall. So let's just keep blowing straight through, and yeah. Need one more and probably maybe some explo here. Alright, let's see what's inside. Oh, the SAM site on the top of the base is shooting at somebody. Alright, open, come on. That doesn't look too bad. Oh, and then the SAM site's firing again. Okay, we gotta get into this door here. Okay, we got a C4 and a rocket on that door, splashed from the other door, but this mini won't stop harassing me, and I can't tell what it's doing at the start, but I think I figured it out. It's trying to use the SAM site missiles to break my windmill, and I'm pretty sure he fires an HV at my turret at one point too. I think that's what happened. Alright, one more rocket will break both these doors. Alright, we got the way up. We got a tier 3 workbench and one more door, plus we got ham dog sleeping. So I think the TC will be right there. Let's get in there. Oops, he died. Alright, there's TC. Let's break that. Oh, this one's got some guns in it. And then, yeah, that's not bad. This body, yeah, what I expected, just a kit. Nothing too crazy. For boom boom, I don't know, some rockets, some gunpowder. I don't think that's profit, but at least gives me something back. This guy wasn't that expensive to raid either, like not at all. Okay, let's bring this good loot back to the raid base and see if anybody's sitting there watching the door. Alright, everybody's left us alone. And we're back in. Yeah, nothing there. That just connects to the other door to probably go up into the main entrance. What you got? Oh, okay. Alright. Some metal. High quality. Oh, wow. Look at these comps. That's crazy. Oh, and the sound effect's going off again. Man, that won't leave me alone. Okay, let's depot that in the raid base too. And then I'm going to organize all the best loot. I think I'm going to take the best loot home really quick. Oh man, this dude's going to be so pissed. He played all day. Alright, got most of the best stuff here. Let's fly home quick. Just flying into my dope compound now. Pretty proud of it. I love all the turret coverage and living in a cave, plus having a base outside the cave. I just went back again quick and just showing you what I grabbed. It was pretty worth it. Just another solid full inventory. I came back and got all these med sticks and some other leftovers too. Alright, so I took all that back too. Well, as you know, this has been a long day, the longest day of the series so far by far. We did a lot today, and I'm very tired, but I need to put down these metal TCs before I go to bed, all around the outside of the compound, so just pushing their raid base back further and further if they decide to raid, making it just that much more annoying. And with that, yeah, it's bedtime for me, man, and let's hope we don't get offlined. Because, you know, I sure have made a lot of enemies already. Good night. Woohoo! Woohoo! Alright, we made it. It's the next morning. And I thought, well, I got a compound, so let's just throw some supply signals down. Alright, so a little later I was just running around and then M-Dog comes online, the guy I raided in the last night, right? And is complaining. That's like what I live for in Rust anyway. That's like one of the happiest moments for me is when I offline someone and I'm online for them to come on and complain about it. Obviously I had to taunt him a little also. I still got a fair amount of boom left, but running not low, but we could always use more. You know what I mean? Always need upkeep as well, so I just wanted some nodes. Why not, you know, go out and check out what's around me, and new bases built, etc. Isn't she beautiful? Living one door to the loot. Like a rat in a cave, though. So, this is the next base I'm gonna raid. It's just north of where Marion Knight, Suge Knight's base is, or was. Yeah, I just saw this pop up along the coast, and I thought, well, this guy can build this. He's probably got something inside, right? So, yeah, let's set up the raid base, and let's get through this one. It shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be too thick. Okay, good old speed build into a 3-turret raid base, just like usual. I don't know if you guys have noticed the habit, but it seems to be working out pretty well for me. Every time I've done it, it's worked except for one time, and the guy had like 15 HVs at least. So if you bring that many, you can get through any raid base, right? Alright, all that's now set up. Let's go home and get all the boom, bring it back here, and let's get in there. Man, I love how this is all edited and it looks so fast and clean now. Just, you don't have to watch any of the boring shit, right? Okay, we'll land and we'll park it right next to the raid base. Hopefully I'm not blocking any turrets and nobody can steal it. Alright, I got a ton of these Molotov cocktails from raids and different stuff like that, so that's, I think, the cheapest way to get through this wall. That's funny, the guy who was sniping me on my raid last night got raided by Bad Mad after I logged off. That's very deserving. It's karma. Alright, that's gone. Let's just look for some turrets. I think there's at least a few. Don't see anything so far. It's so tight in here. It's just like that other base. These guys don't understand that turrets in your compound don't really help when it's so tight like this. It's easy to deal with them. They're easier. I can hide really good. Like, for example, the one right here. Let's take that one out quick, and I think we can just blow in through the walls right here in front of us. Okay, sick. That's gone now. Alright, let's run back to the raid base. Let's grab some boom, and then you gotta come back and just take a little quick closer look at exactly where we want to blow in, but I think I got a good idea. I think that window with the little window shutter thing on it is a big flaw in this guy's base. I think I'm going to shoot the rockets through, splash from the back wall, break the window, and I'll just keep shooting until we eventually break the wall in front of me too, and just take out 2 for 1 basically. I'm pretty sure we're just going to keep heading this way, but let's go have a quick look. Oh man, that turret's in a weird angle. That's going to be a little annoying. Let's just finish breaking this wall and this window wall, whatever, and see if we can kind of simplify it a little bit. Ah, she's all wide open now. We can get a good look at her. Just testing this turret here. Looks like I can kind of block out if I put the ladder over here or something and go up on this side, use this wall. Maybe not. Oh man, what am I getting shot from? It seems like somewhere else too. Okay, so I'm all healed up, and then I think this one around this corner was kind of shooting me through the angle there, so let's take it out quick. That sounds like my turrets are going off on my raid base. Or there's someone else here on the other side of the compound. I don't think he can get me right now, so let's just see if we can hop in there now that turret's gone. Oh, we're not getting shot. That's a good sign. Oh, who's that? Well, I'm running back to get the rest of the boom. Might as well shoot him in the head. Oh, in chat, it's the guy who was trying to counter my raid last night with the bolty, and then Bad Mad raided him. And now he's chatting to the whole server about me again. Alright, we're back in with all the boom. Let's just finish off this armored wall and see if there's loot instantly. Alright, I think like 3 C4 on it, and then we'll probably need a couple rockets all done just to finish it up, and then hopefully we'll get something good. Just looks like more doors, but that's good. So let's just shoot from here and keep blowing them open. Alright, I think we broke like 2 doors, and let's go in there and see what we see. Ouchies, ouchies, no good. I think this door is probably cheaper than the wall, so let's do that. Alright, what do we got? We got some barrels. Alright, so is there more doors? Okay, there's more barrels, and alright, TC's through a window. Might as well just break them. Otherwise I'll never get the loot from the TC. Okay, not surprised. Sounds like the counter's outside. Could be anybody, but it's probably a guy with gear. I've been booming for a while. Alright, we broke the shelf. Now I can get the TC loot. What's in there? That's terrible. Yeah, that's like almost nothing. Oh, but that's something. 36k sulfur. Oh, that's huge. Alright, some meh guns. Some decent components. Lots of pipes. And we got some hazy. Some other random armor. Some other random schmeh. If it hadn't been for that sulfur, this raid would have been a waste. Didn't find the sleeper though either. Yeah, I wonder if someone's outside still. Yep, they are. Good thing I have a raid base though. I don't think they can get my loot. Can't remember if I've seen this guy before. I think I have. He's relatively new though. I don't know where he lives, but he ends up being really annoying. He never got the loot I dropped, and I guess he tried to get in the compound there and died. And now he's back waving naked. Yeah, anyway, little rat. But I get all my loot here and lost nothing, like I said. We get the raid loot, we take all my stuff, and we take it all back to the base. It's raid successful. Tried to surprise me when I was leaving, but managed to get away. So anyway, I get home, I'm putting the loot away, whatever, I'm doing my stuff, and I get called out in chat. That guy I just offlined, he's, you know, asking about me in chat, and someone tells him and announces the server where I live, and I've offlined a lot of people, and people, you know that when you offline a bunch of people, that you have a bunch of loot usually. So anyway, I'm a big target now. I have so much mats, it's crazy, especially metal frags. So I just decided to put down another layer of TCs on the outside of my compound. So I think I'm at least like 3 layers thick of metal TCs on the outside of my compound. Alright, after that, I had all the cards again, and you can see just in this little clip here how close I live to Missile Silo. I decided to get better prepared and go try it again. Alright, so we're here. We run around, we shoot a few guards, and then we swipe the blue card, and then we drop in, and we shoot some more guards. But you know what's different this time, guys, is I brought a metal kit. I didn't bring a hazmat. I'm an idiot. I didn't think about it. I thought it was going to be way better to fight the NPCs with a kit. Dumb move. So yeah, this whole time I'm slaying. That damage down here. It's not ideal. Down we go. Somehow didn't die there after that bonehead move. I feel like this is shoot, eh? Man, I seem to be getting a lot of hits here with these so many bullets. Probably don't have the silencer on here either, though, does it? Takes your damage down a little bit. This must be like a so many people in there. Like I said, I've never actually been all the way down here before. This is that's gotta be one of the last ones, man. There's like so many. Alright, they must be dead. Let's look around, let's find some loot. The red card. I don't know what's what in here, I don't know what's going on. I don't really see any loot. I'm kind of not sure what I'm looking for here. Maybe I'm an idiot. I think there was another stairway or something to go around back the way I came. No, I almost died. Oh no! Another one! Oh man. Oh man, that sucks. He came out of nowhere right when I had like no health. Alright, this time I have semi-prepared. I have another blue card. I have a hazmat, AK kit, ready to go right on the outskirts of Missile Silo. That looks like a person. Oh, it's this guy, man. This guy's everywhere around here. He must live so close. All over the northwestern part of the map, I see him constantly. Fast. Man, I had to go blasted that guy. Oh, I'm getting hit. Oh, is there someone in the same room with me? There can't be one of these guys left. Oh my god. Oh, I think I can see it on the ground right here. I better not get killed out of nowhere while I loot this. Alright, so I picked up all that and just decided to have one more quick look around. and just stumbled upon this. I guess that's where the loot is for Missile Silo. I actually thought it'd be more. Is there supposed to be even more though? Is it like just one crate? Alright, now I'm feeling more satisfied that I've pretty completely looted this place. Headed to the exit. Now I found out where that is, and I looked at the camera quick, didn't see anything, and just decided to make a break for it. This is what I got from doing Missile Silo. I didn't take some of the stuff because it was just garbage, like tier 2 building stuff or whatever, but like, I don't know, man, definitely not worth all the meds, ammo, everything. The only good thing I really got was the tech trash. Yeah, maybe the bolty, I don't know. Nothing really. So moving forward, that guy that's been popping up here, CCTV or whatever, he must live close to me, and I've raided all the big bases, so now I'm hunting all the small bases. I'm looking at every little base around here, and I want to find out which one this little rat lives in. I might raid them all even. You know, who knows, I might find them right away, or I might raid a bunch of unintended targets, and they could have stuff. I don't know. This is only a 2-time server, and when you break a node, you only get 450, so it's not crazy, but I have a lot of explosives right now, so we're probably going to raid every single one of these bases, and any more I find. Alright, I did a lot of scouting, and just horse riding back to my base. Gonna grab a few rockets, some Explo, and just blow open some doors on these little shacks. I didn't show this one. I don't know why I didn't footage of it, but yeah, this one's super close to my base and it's tiny, so. Okay, nice, a shotgun shot. And let's break this TC, slap some doors on this thing, and see if there's anything in here. Wow, 10k sulfur, couple guns, jackhammer, bullets, satchels. That's not bad. And how about the TC? Well, the low grade and the crude's good. The scrap. That's probably almost on a high qual for upkeep for a day. So yeah, all in all, I think that was a huge win. That's profit, baby. Wow, even some more comps to boot. Woohoo! Alright, so that's it for that one. The next one, I start raiding this base, and the guy comes online just as I broke his TC, and he like locks he shuts the door because I guess it was open, and then he's just talking here, you can see, and I skip through it all, and yeah, just basically take his base from him, and yeah, he's got some decent loot too, actually. Definitely a weird kid moaning like that. I think that's a big majority of Rust players. Yeah, it's definitely a weird situation. Him waking up in his base. I already have front door locked with my own door. I have TC
so
control.
Cute, dude.
And
oh my God,
he's
so
got
upset.
no
I'm
way to get his own loot.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You're so dog shit. I'm offline raid some guy.
Alright, he's down. Broke the last door. I gotta pick this up. I gotta get in there and break the bag, but I don't have a tool, so go get a jackhammer, break the bag, clear the authorized list on the TC, and then now I can show you guys the loot, hopefully. Not much in the TC, but down the hall he's got a little box room here, and 4,500 scrap, 250 high qual, that's a day upkeep, 20 tech trash, another 300 uncooked high qual, you know what I mean, some satchels, a little bit of low grade. That's definitely worth it. Alright, now I'm building a raid base for this other one just because it's got an armored wall I'm going to go through, and anyway, somehow the footage got corrupted. It had the worst loot I think out of all of them. It was okay, it was like just really mid-tier stuff, but yeah, I lost all the footage. Yeah, this footage is a little tainted too, it still kind of worked, but anyway, I'm missing chunks, but this is actually what I think is CCTV's actual base now. I found another base. It's a little bit bigger. It's in the right spot to counter me all those times. I think this is his base, guys. I raided a couple other small bases that were really fast, but they didn't have anything in them. It was like a door or two, and I didn't show you guys that, so just so you know. Okay, we're getting ready to blow in this last base. That's part of the reason why I think it's in. It's the last one in the area. And it's kind of big and it's in the right spot. We're going to go right in the backside that's all metal. I think he made it really obvious where his TC is, so let's get in there. Alright, this thing's got to be broke by now. Yep, just a couple bullets now. Oh, looky. You see right away. I just knew it. Like, you got this giant stone base, and then just this corner of its metal. Can't even honeycomb it. Oh, this is easy. Alright, so we should seal this TC in a metal room, and then we'll get to looting a little bit here. Man, I got 700 ICOL in there. That's great. That's like almost 3 days of upkeep from my base. So I'm looting all this. Yeah, it's not really that great, but you know what I mean. We're just getting rid of this guy, hopefully, if it's him. And anyway, I feel a little exposed, so decide to, you know what I mean, since I have TC privilege, I'll just wall this off and make myself secure while I'm looting this place now. Alright, I didn't plan building this room very well just because there's another wall open outside. So I'm going to check on that, but then there's a locker in the way, and again, like, I'm kind of exposed, so I think I'll just try to build around this as best I can so I can, you know, finish raiding this place. Alright, now I got a turret watching my back, so it should be fine. So let's go this garage door a little deeper in the base here. Boom, there she goes. Let's put a lock on this door quick and let's go check this out. Oh, this locker had a couple nice sets in it, that's for sure. Alright, so we got a lot of doors in front of me. To the left, I think, goes to the front door. That's where that is. And then at the end, where I'm looking back that way, I destroyed all the boxes. Took all the pretty mid-tier stuff, but all stuff we can use. Little Explo should finish both of those. Furnaces, okay. No, I can't believe the cat boxes would be empty, bro. So the rest of his base was like kind of a bust. There was like a big farm on the other side, and yeah, nothing else. So I just griefed him and took all his workbenches, his batteries. I like sealed all his entrances and stuff like that. So yeah, I can't just ever use this base again. So yeah. Alright, now we're done here. We're just getting everything, getting ready to go home. He didn't have that much, but he had a little bit. He had some gunpowder, some cooked sulfur, some kits and stuff like that, so not a total waste. Plus, you know, it's good to pay someone back and get rid of annoying pests from your backyard. Alright, so I've got a ton of components to recycle, from raiding all the little bases, just general farming, etc. So here we are at the outpost, just getting tons and tons of stuff. I usually spend the scrap on turrets and SAM sites, take the high qual home, that kind of stuff. So yeah, here I buy a bunch of turrets, I got a SAM site, and at the very end I got a bunch of scrap still, so you know, from all the raids, recycling all this stuff. And I buy a ton of low grade fuel too for my generators. I need probably close to 3-4 grand a day, I don't know, something like that. I forget the exact estimate to run all my turrets down in my drop down, so you know, we go through that fast. Alright, we did that. We recycled, we're safely home, and we're just taking a little tour around my awesome little compound around my cave. And then we're just going to land with our other helicopters and our horse. You know, we got multiple modes of transportation here. I'm just storing helicopters. Alright, we're home. Everything's been put away. It's decently organized. You know, I never know when I'm going to get offline. Who knows, maybe I'll make it the whole wipe. It's like a month-long server, so that's pretty tough. But anyway, I've got a ton of different gear, and you know what I mean. I'm a pack rat. I take home almost all the stuff from the raids. Obviously, there's a lot of crap I don't take, but anyway, guys, you can just see the amount of, you know, food and meds, and just boxes and boxes of guns, boxes of hazmats, boxes of metal kits. We got all kinds of ammo and boom still. We got like a building box, we got like a small box full of turrets, we got jackhammers, and we got components and extra components to sell, and we got extra uncooked food, and we got resources for days. It's pretty wild. So anyway, I just wanted to show that off here. Who knows what may happen. But that is all she wrote for day 12. Another long day. Got quite a bit done. Went on a little bit of vengeance, a little killing spree, a little raiding spree just to find someone. I had a good time. We got a lot of loot. It was pretty profitable, and I'm not sure how many raids we've done so far, but we're getting up there. We've terrorized a lot of people. A lot of people see my name when they wake up, that's for sure. Anyway, let's hope we make it through the night, guys. Alright, we're not raided. Welcome to day 13. And I'm just checking out the stats again, and it seems I have moved up in the world. I am now rank 4. Just because of all my raiding and farming. Sheer just that, nothing else. Apparently I have farmed 574,000 sulfur and over 1 million metal. Alright, just coming back to base here and just dropping into my hole. I guess I farmed some sulfur, and then when I was out I either found a decayed base to get all that metal and stuff, or it was from the raid bases, from all the loot from all the different raids that I did last night, the small bases, and then that guy that was annoying me. So alright, we're outside in the compound here. I'm just putting some of this metal ore to use. I have so much from raids and just me farming sulfur. I hit the metal nodes, and yeah, we're cooking it out here. I got 2 furnaces, and we are just gonna use it for something. Okay, after that, just went down in the cave, put stuff away, but just showing you how many resources I have. Like, look at this box, and then the TC2, just all the metal. So, like, if you see me building a metal raid base, etc., and, you know, putting turrets on it and stuff, yeah, I'm not wasting really anything. I got so much metal, and I just take the turrets and repair them. So building a metal raid base is like peanuts. It's nothing. So yeah, I'm just gonna raid this guy. He lives really close to me. I kind of griefed him earlier. I think I put TCs in front of his base or whatever. So now we're just putting down this raid base that I use every time. I will not be countered. And yeah, we're getting rid of him. Alright, I don't know how I lost the footage, but anyway, I raided that little base. Almost nothing in it. Had a little bit of stuff. People did try to come to counter, but they got scared away by the turrets and they left, and it was no problem. Now I'm raiding a base, like just another square where I barely, pretty close to my base. Same thing, turret raid base. Let's get in there. Alright, I do this raid. The guy's pretty poor. He's got a tier 2, but that's about it. And with him gone, I have raided every single base in the northwestern area of this map around me. Literally, there is not one shack that remains. I know more people will move in and whatever as the days go on, but I'm going to give myself a nice little pat on the back. I keep seeing minis on the road and places near me, and I keep grabbing them, so this is the 6th mini I have in my compound right now. I almost forget where I got all this from. I think I went to the snow and I farmed, and I got this from a decayed base, or this is raid loot and it was in a raid base of mine. I don't know. I want to say decay and farming. Alright, now starts the long slow creep up to sulfur quarry. Earlier in the video, I tried to fly by, and they had multiple SAM sites, and there's like 50 towers all the way around, and this is completely walled off. As you can see, this is sulfur quarry, and it's just crazy barricades and walls everywhere, and there's still active turrets inside. I think they're even behind like a sensor door, so if you go too close to the door they open, then it shoots. Super lot of effort put into this place. But it's not that I'm tired of farming, I just would like to do things a little quicker. I have at least 63 diesel, so I kind of think running this quarry is like a big priority right now. If I can get down here and run like 4 or 5, stash it, run another 4 or 5, stash it, you know, rather than putting it in all at once, obviously. Alright, so I ran a bunch of diesel, killed a few bears, hit a few barrels and boxes, and yeah, I stashed my heli in the water just on the weird side so I could grab it and run when I'm done. You never want someone taking it, right? So anyway, yeah, did all that, and I headed her home. And once I got home, you can just see as I'm flying in my layers and layers and layers of metal TCs around the outside of the compound. And yeah, this is a work night for me, guys, so it's just I can't play too late, and I had to go to bed, so that's it. That's the end. Alright, somehow we've survived another night. And you know what? I have a target. Let's try to do a raid quick here. I have no idea who this guy is or if he's online. Oh shit. Did that just come from the base? Was that at me? It sounded like it was right next to me. I didn't see anybody though. Just gonna come back and take another pass at it to be sure. Oh, no, wait, I seen him in the window. He's online. Let's get out of here. So I went back as a naked and stood outside of his base and made a bunch of noise. And he came out and he stared at me, and I shot him with a bow. And then he killed me, and now here he is in chat apologizing. And, you know, he doesn't realize it's the same guy that just about raided him. So anyway, I just found out his name and etc. That was huge for me. And since he was online and now I know his name, I might as well just run some more sulfur here at the sulfur quarry. I got lots of diesel still stashed in a little cache in the ground near here, so I can just spawn here and put some in and stash it like a little rat. Alright, so I'm just back at base here. This is what I got right now. This is wild, right? The explosives, the cooked sulfur, and I gotta craft this so you can just see me queuing it up. It's a lot of crafting. It takes a while. Had to work this day, so in the morning I was crafting the gunpowder. Came home at lunch, crafted the explosives, and then when I get off work at 5 o'clock, do a lot of big stuff. Gonna raid Bad Mad. It's his giant red tower. We're gonna put at least 200 rockets into that bad boy and see what we can find. Alright, his base is huge. It's much thicker and taller than it looks. It's multiple layers of walls, and there's turrets obviously too. Biggest problem, he always comes online if you do catch him offline, so I'm going to build a giant armored raid base with multiple turrets, and I am just going to pummel the shit out of him. That's my plan. Before we can do that, I just got a little bit more prep. I'm going to do a little quick farming around my base. I'm going to do the rest of that diesel. I got to craft it all, that kind of stuff. Alright, I got a lot of that cooking. I got a bunch of rockets crafted, and this guy's finally offline. And he's definitely upgraded his base since I was here this morning with very weird design, that's for sure. But I think since now is a good opportunity, you know what I mean? I don't want to use up potentially some of the explosives that I could use for Bad Mad, but we're going to send it anyway. I want to get rid of this guy too. So yeah, this was a super weird base. You see, he had it built like up on a rock, and then he built like this shell all the way around it. I got here and I like broke part of the wall, and then he had turrets everywhere, so that took a little while to deal with. And then I guess as I'm editing, I realized I don't have any footage, so I guess I forgot. Yeah, I organized all the loot a lot better, plus I crafted all the tons of rockets, you know what I mean? That's just a shitload of rockets, and I got 20 something C4 there. We're getting ready to do this raid on Bad Mad, so I had to do all the crafting and stuff. So yeah, it's at this point in the wipe where my base is really full. Like, I have a hard time bringing back any kind of loot. You know, I'm leaving a lot of stuff at the raids, and you know, I actually have a ton of storage in this little base, and just every box is so stuffed full. You know what I mean? I got a compound with turrets up above just full, and I still have a box of turrets, and then, like, you know, revolvers, pythons to go in them. Not revolvers, pythons to go in them. Like, there's just extra everything. Alright, all the planning's done, all the prep work's done. Let's fly over to Bad Mad's base. Let's get the raid base built first, and then let's blow the walls and his TCs and stuff, and let's get in there and start pounding away at that thing. I'm thinking he's going to come online, so that's why I don't want to blow the walls and the TCs first before I get the raid base down. Alright, I'm going to put it right here. It's the flattest spot up on a hill. And like I said, I'd like to put it right next to his base, but I don't know if I'll get that chance. So let's just build a really big one, all armored, turrets, everything right here, and I'm going to pummel right from here, I think, is my plan. Now, I forget how tall I built this thing, but I bet you it's at least 15 or 20 stories tall, all armored, like I said, except maybe for the very top back. I think I did metal just because that wouldn't be getting pummeled. Alright, on the top of this bad boy, we put a couple windmills, and we put a turret on the top, and there's going to be a turret on the very top floor, not on the top of the base, but on the top floor, on the shooting floor inside, in case they climb in a window or something like that. So we got turrets all around the ground, we got turret on the very top, we got turret on the top floor. We're ready. Alright, so I'm bringing all the rockets here, we're setting up the last turrets. We're going to put on some external stone walls around the back as much as I can. Just, I don't know, I don't want people to come mess with me. Who knows what's going to happen. You guys have seen how I build my raid bases. I'm not going to go on build a smaller one this time. Alright, here we are. The time has come. I got everything I think I need. I got a heavy kit. I got the rockets. I got meds. I got I got the plate kit, you know what I mean, ready to pummel. So I'm going to announce to the server it's time, because everybody hates this dude, and I'm sure there's going to be some looky-loos, so let's do this. Oh, that was an HV. Alright, that was a real rocket, but we got to shoot a little bit higher, because I think that barely hit the ground in front of the base. Alright, boom, we made contact with the lower part of the base. That's what I want. I gotta shoot about here. I want to hit low and take out foundations, walls, and just start to see the top of that base and that whole corner of it just crumble eventually. There's other people paying attention to this now, and after I've been pummeling for a few minutes here now, they're all surprised that he hasn't come online. I must have just hit the perfect window here. So with him not coming online, I don't necessarily need to stand in this tower to pummel. It's kind of hard to get accurate shots, so I think I'm going to go down and blow the walls and see if I can shoot much more directly and start breaking his turrets and really get in there. Alright, like I said, you know, blow up some walls now. I think he's got at least 3 layers of walls that we got to get through, so yeah, and then turrets. 1 layer gone. Second layer gone. Alright, third layer gone. This was taking forever just because I was missing. But yeah, then unfortunate happens and I get shot back by some random who has no idea what's going on the server or why I'm terrorizing this guy. But anyway, I lose a little bit of loot to him, but someone else that was watching the raid shot him, and I got it all back, and then, you know, we're right back to business here. Just firing rockets everywhere. The guy was lurking for a little bit, so I just pummeled for a bit, and then I went back outside and started taking out the turrets once I knew he wasn't around anymore. My raid base is too far back to block anybody else from coming in the breach here, so yeah, anybody can kind of walk into my raid right now. It's a good thing if he hates this guy, otherwise I would be getting countered like crazy. Yeah, I was just taking a minute. A lot of these turrets are at just funny angles and I'm missing. He doesn't have too many turrets in his compound like I've seen in some other bases, so this won't take forever. Alright, we break that one, we go in, we pummel a couple, and then I want to try to get deeper, but there's still another turret, so we got to break that. Yeah, that last turret I think is super annoying, and I'm out of HVs, I'm pretty sure, so we got to go back to the raid base here. Alright, we're back with some more HVs. Let's finish this off. Hopefully we can get in there. Like, we're definitely on a time crunch here. This guy has definitely got a notification on his phone, and he's clearly not home right now or sleeping, and the second he can, he will be online if he gets home from whatever he's doing, etc. So we are in a rush. So yeah, wow, we've made quite the dent in his base here. I want everything to crumble. I was hoping that if I blew enough of the bottom up that it would also open up the top so I could kind of, you know, search his whole base at once, but it's not really falling very quick. I just didn't really calculate the explosives I needed. This place is so big, like you guys heard me say earlier in the video, this is giant. It just didn't look like it was far away. And doesn't look like any of the loot is on the first floor here. I have blown open so many doors, foundations, etc, and haven't found a lick of nothing. So looks like he's got all his loot up at the top of the base, probably somewhere, or in the dead center. Or even another base, but this is so huge, I would just assume it's just endless nothing. Like, we're finding doors, hatches, eventually I find some furnaces and a couple boxes just empty. So I don't know, maybe he used this at the start of his wipe, or You know what I mean? Like, it's just got to be such a big base. And yeah, I think I brought close to 200 rockets and 22 C4 and a bunch of Explo rounds. And, you know, we barely searched half this guy's base. It's kind of crazy. So building big is definitely an option to not get raided. But this guy's upkeep must be wild. He does live next to one excavator, and he does have it walled off, so that's probably where he partly gets his resources from. Gets him a lot of attention on the map from other people, but nobody's ever been able to get rid of him. So, with all that, I am running so low on boom here as you're watching, and I just don't know where to blow, where to look. I don't think I have enough to really go in any particular direction too far. I realized I had 43,000 salt back in the base, so I went back there and cooked it all up. That took a little bit. Made the rockets, and I don't have the footage of me coming back and using the rest of them, but yeah, it didn't result in anything. I didn't even find, like I said, a lick of loot, nothing, more doors, more whatever. And yeah, this other guy, he came back after I left, and he blew a whole bunch of rockets too, and actually still never found anything. So, but there was still lots of the base to check. Terrible raid, but you know what? We made a statement. When that guy logs on, that logs on, and he sees a giant crater in his base. That's all I kind of need. Plus, word of my greatness will travel through the server. Everyone will be talking about this. Bad Mad will know it was me. He will seek vengeance. I'm sure of it. He's usually the one who raids me every wipe. I have some really big base that sits for a week or two, and nobody raids it, and then all of a sudden I wake up and I'm dead by him. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm expecting now more than ever. Yeah, I'm here. I'm just crafting the last rockets before I shoot them, and then just talking to this guy who's going to come in here. And like I said, he does after me, and he blows up more and still doesn't find anything. Definitely wish we could have found him sleeping. That would have been the ultimate. Took a bunch of his boom from him, but you know, whatever. Again, we made a statement, and that is as lucky as I'm going to get to have that much boom and him not come online. So. So after that, I was very depleted on boom. I went down to the snow, ran around and farmed 32k sulfur, 39k metal, killed a bunch of bears, you know what I mean? And yeah, I just got any of the last loot that was in that raid base and just took that home. I just want to stay busy here. Yeah, this guy here, we're at this raid base that I just picked that loot from. He came on a little while ago and was complaining that I offlined him, but that was like a whole day or two ago, bro. Like, come on, get with it. And then flying home from here, we just spotted an airdrop sitting in the mountains. We grabbed that fast too. Alright, back at the base now, cooking the sulfur, done for the day here, and just drew a pretty little picture just to add to the ambience of my compound. Hope you guys all like that. The style is, you know what I mean, pretty extreme. Now, after my shenanigans, will I make it through the night? Alright, didn't hit record, but I logged on, and right away I heard lots of noises, so I went up above, and I guess someone was breaking my turrets and stuff. I snuck around the corner, shot him, killed him, and it was Bad Mad. He's definitely scouting me, knows where I live, and he was definitely working on paying me back until I came online. So big time to rebuild today. We're going to add more SAM sites, add a few more turrets, that kind of stuff. So I'm just in chat, and I can just see Bad Mad was talking about it, and I was talking to him. And anyway, so I guess what he did was he took up my SAM site and then MLRS'd me. So that's how he kind of got in there a little quicker. So now we need to replace all the power, but I also need to get more SAM sites, so that takes longer. Oh, just look at the destruction out here. Good thing I literally had a small box of turrets and a bunch of windmills, wind turbines, whatever exactly, to just replace everything should an occasion like this happen. Alright, now we got the power kind of set up and the SAM site. I gotta bring up all the guns and the ammo, the turrets and stuff like that. A lot of the guns and the ammo I just kind of ran down into the base earlier, but I had to bring some up also, obviously. And yeah, we just gonna set that up. We're gonna set up more turrets than there was before. Like I said, we're gonna put up more SAM sites, and we're gonna put them all around the cave entrance instead of not just like at the cave entrance, sorry, but all around like the whole cave, like the whole compound. So there'll be like SAM sites on every side of the compound. Yeah, that should make it more difficult for them. Here's what I did on the other sides of the compound. You can see it's got independent power, SAM site, turrets, everything. And yeah, that way nobody can land on top of the cave too easily or anywhere or do anything like that. And here's a look at it now. I've expanded it. So you got SAM sites on the back side, 2 on this side over there, and then the turrets kind of stretch. I tried to like pull the foundations down and add turrets along as far as I could too. So I really tried to think of how I could defend these turrets better. I like tried to add like a layer of metal above all the turrets kind of thing. So like if you think about it, the MOS comes down, hopefully there's something above it. Just way more turrets, way more spread out. Like I said, more SAM sites. So with Badman ended up leaving, I guess, a helicopter or 2 here. I have 6 minis, assault or whatever, the attack heli, and then a horse. This is a pretty sweet setup sitting in my compound here all guarded. Alright, it took a while to do that, but after doing that, repairing everything, I had a bunch of stone I wanted to turn into wood. I got like tons and tons and tons of stone. So yeah, I make tons of stone externals for my raids, but otherwise I use it to turn into wood. And then while we're at the outpost, I also had a ton of scrap. I wanted to buy extra SAM sites, that way if somebody breaks them I can replace them instantly. Extra turrets, and yeah, just stay ready all the time. That's just something I do. Okay, we're getting all organized, buying all that, everything where I want it, and then before I go I got some scrap left over, and I'm gonna buy fuel with the low grade fuel. That's something I always need for everything. I'm always flying places, I'm in the boat, or I'm powering my generators to keep my turrets going on my one door to the loot base. Okay, flying away, and sorry, I just always love the show flying into my dope compound. Alright, so next on the agenda after that was to go to the snow to farm some sulfur. But I ended up finding a decayed base with so much loot in it. It was kind of wild. I don't know if I got raided and that was just the second floor that didn't get looted or whatever it was, if it was decayed. Either way, we're taking that back to the base and we see another decay. So between me farming sulfur and decayed bases, I take it back to an old raid base that's in the snow of a base I raided a little while ago. And we just, because it still has active turrets, and we use that to depot all this loot, and it's just stacked. You guys can see, look at these things. These boxes are just full and full and full. All this random good ass loot. So yeah, now I'm just going back and forth. You know, I had all the first decay, and now we're going back to the second one. But the whole time I was farming sulfur too on the way back and forth. So now we got like, I don't know, 50-something thousand sulfur plus all this stuff. We've got quite a few bears too. I've always been keeping that bear meat because hunger is something that really bugs my guy in this game. I'm always in the desert or the snow, and I'm always dying in a cave all the time, right? So I need to always get fresh health and water and stuff, plus I need fuel, so the animal fat's good. Alright, so I got all the best stuff, and I'm riding home on the horse, and man, look at this. All I did was go to farm sulfur, and look at what I'm going home with. That's fucking wild. And as I'm going home with all that loot, I just stumble across a random airdrop that's just sitting here. Alright, so I'm moseying home, and I see another heli on the road just really close to my base, so I ride the horse home, and then I come back and grab that heli and add it to my little collection here. I just couldn't resist. It was so close to base. Now I'm back in the snow. I saw this a little earlier, and I think it got raided. And I'm just checking it out to see if there's any loot, or maybe a door to blow, or what's happening here. It definitely looks raided, and this guy just was not caring about picking up turrets and turret ammo and stuff like that, even though it was really easy to do so. He must have been full to the gills with loot, got countered, or just been very rich. Okay, well, I'll definitely collect all this little stuff. I don't mind. I use it in turrets. I use it for whatever. And this guy's still got active ones here, so who knows? Maybe there is some loot. And maybe let's just check inside here. Oh, a fresh turret. So this didn't happen that long ago. And like I said, they were rich or something or full, because I don't know, why wouldn't you take this? Unless maybe they're coming right back, considering that TC's not blown. But it's in a weird spot, so I don't know if you'll be able to get it if you blow it just because of that shelf there. It might take more work than it's worth, so maybe they're not coming back. But either way, I'll take all this stuff. This is so much ammo and sights and stuff like that. This is crazy good. Saves me tons of time crafting and effort. I just had to refill all those turrets at my base, so this is great. That just like refilled all my extra ammo now. So let's take this all to raid base, and then my raid base is like half a square from that decay, that raid or whatever, my old raid base. Anyway, yeah, I was farming. I'm always farming. That's what I come to the snow to do most of the time. But I didn't get much this time. I couldn't find much. I don't know if it just wasn't spawning or people were getting it or what, but I just took all this stuff from the raid base that I had accumulated from all these different decays, etc. And yeah, I just took all this back home. So that's a definite big win. Here's my next raid, I believe. I ran into the turrets a few times, hung around outside, made a bunch of noise. I don't think he's online. I don't know who it is, but I don't think they're online. Alright, so we're building our standard 3 turret raid base. I know. Stone external walls. I know. Okay, and then we gotta fly back. We gotta get all the boom boom. Okay, on our way back now, this is what we're bringing. I almost never hold anything back. You gotta send it all. I want to get into the base. That's my priority. Alright, we're landing, we're getting back. Let's get some HVs in the launcher, and we'll take out the couple turrets that I gotta deal with before we can start pummeling. This guy's got kind of a rock base, right? So we're just gonna go from the back and go through the walls. I'm kind of a wall kind of man, kind of guy. Alright, I think that's it. Not too many turrets to deal with on this base. And yeah, we can go check it out. I think I'm going to try to go in right here next to the rock. Doesn't look too thick, a honeycomb. Alright, no surprises. Let's just keep going. Let's hug the rock. Alright, let's use some C4 now. Yeah, I'll take that while we wait. Alright, we're deeper. How about some more rockets? Colored wall, that probably means something. Now watching this, I feel like, you know, it's pretty obvious that's the way to go, but I was kind of new to the rocks, the God rocks, and they were kind of new. This is when they came out. This is, you know what I mean, brand new 2025, January or something like that. And anyway, the cave got so small, I didn't think there could be a base there. Like, you know what I mean, they're all different. High height, some of them are really short, you gotta crouch the whole way under. So I thought, like, the base had to be more to the left here, not to the right into the rock. So I wasted a ton of explosives here. Pretty much right through his base to the other side of the honeycomb before I realized, oh, I was right at before with all the green paint. So yeah, big blunder by me. Good thing I have way more explosives than I need. But yeah, yeah, big fuck up, big mess up. And again, in chat, I'm doing a raid, and someone says there's a cat that is raiding where I'm raiding, all because of a raid base or whatever. But it's just hilarious how much attention I get because of him. So yeah, I think I wasted about 20 or 30 rockets going the wrong way. I would say more closer to 30. And yeah, here I break my gun, I shoot all the Explo I can, and I gotta use my bolty to fire the last couple of rounds at Explo. And I realize I've shot right through the honeycomb, and I'm like, oh, I'm a retard. Hard one. And I gotta go back, and I'm glad I still have explosives left, and I'm like, oh, I can just finish this raid by going through this wall. Using everything I got here to blow through this. We're using C4, we're using satchels, we're using rockets. Yeah, we're just trying to get into the money here. Alright, it's all really opened up. Probably only at breaking that one wall, though. I doubt we'll need to break the second one, but let's finish this off. Oh, it broke, and I see barrels. That's a good sign. What do we got? I got lots of armor. Some good armor, some good armor. What do you got here? Some mads, oh, teas, pumpkins, couple guns. That's good. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be loaded. I realized I ran out of boom on what I brought though to get through this last door or two, so I had to run home. I have some, sulfur I can cook into, rockets or whatever. So we're doing that, and we're gonna come back ASAP in case somebody comes online, etc. But don't worry, folks. Through the magic of editing, we're back here now. Alright, the door's broke, but the question is, will I be able to sneak through that gap? And the answer is yes. And we found McLevin. No interactions with McLevin except seeing him in chat. Let's see what you've got, McLevin. Oh, look at that box of comps. Oh my god, the sulfur, the gunpowder, oh, turrets. 200 tech trash, that's something that's hard to get. Pipes I can find, no problem if I grind, but tech trash is really annoying to get. This is the haul, boys. If I hadn't wasted those 30-something rockets going the wrong way, this would have been the ultimate single profit rate of this life, and I missed some zeros. What a bunch of highs and lows. Living one door to the loot. Guys, I'm so full. Have you seen all this loot? I gotta go depot this and come back before I can even check the TC. Alright, so I've just been ferrying loot out to the raid base, and then here we're checking one other box I haven't seen, and look at all the guns in there. Finally, the TC. Wow! 5,000 fucking high qual. Are you fucking kidding me? 22,000 scrap, 9,000 low grade. We got diesel, not diesel, but the low grade crude or whatever. Oh my gosh, man, the high qual. That's like enough to like. That's my. I'll keep for this the white, dude, and I can buy so many turrets and SAM sites with the scrap. This was a giant profit. Giant. Alright, so we're leaving with the best loot. Man, this was a lot of trips to bring this stuff home. This is great, but thankfully I got a lot of helis and I got a lot of large backpacks there. So yeah, we are just stockpiled to the gills, bro. Oh, stuffed. So yeah, bringing home all this multiple loads of loot was all I did for the last of this night. You know what I mean? All the base modifications today. I said way more SAM sites. I think I got 4 total. Added more turrets. I said rebuilt the outside. Did a big ass raid today. I'm just the loot's busting out of the gills in the top base and the bottom base. But I gotta go to bed. So let's see if we survive one more night. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Alright, somehow I made it. I'm alive. I wasn't sure if that would happen, actually, considering Dad was scouting my base yesterday morning. So, anyway, we're alive, and I'm just so packed. I had to put a lot of that loot up in here in this base. You guys are going to see I put all, like, the tier 2 guns and stuff like that, like all the extra hazzies, you know what I mean, the tier 2 armor kits. Otherwise, like, man, there's just extra meds up here, all kinds of stuff. The whole downstairs is just so packed. This is just me going over, you know, all the loot I've been accumulating. This is a month wipe on a 2 times solo only server, living one door to the loot. I'm just proud of myself because, you know, I'm not the best at PvP, but I somehow managed to accumulate great wealth and not get raided for long amounts of time on a fairly busy server. Anyway, this is just, you know, all the stuff that I've been getting. And then again, like I said, I like to keep it real organized. And yeah. This is how I play. This is why I play, to get all this stuff and to hoard it. And yeah. This is such a cool setup to live. There is other ways to get power down here in the cave, but then they involve having windmills up top, which can get destroyed. So technically, that could turn your power off or whatever. Anyway, this is my own idea for living underground. Costs a lot of low grade, but I think it's pretty cool. Having to go through 8 or 9 armored walls the other way is shit. So a lot of people would want to drop down, but there's turrets covering a lot of angles, so that's not easy. Kind of a dickhole place to live, if you ask me. We still have tons of rockets. I still got stuff for making raid bases. I got tons of ammo, tons of turrets, meds, you know what I mean? So we are ready to do another raid here. Lack of bigger targets near me. I scout most of the map. It's hard to scout the whole map, you know, multiple times a day. So yeah, we're doing the best we can, but we'll find another one here. Nah, my upkeep, that's crazy, hey? I have really low upkeep living in this base, living in a cave like this. Like I said, even though there's like 8 or 9 armored walls to me, that's all my upkeep is. So, like, this has so many advantages living here. You're hidden from plain sight, crazy cheap upkeep, you can really direct how the raid takes place. Obviously there's disadvantages, but right now the way I play, it really works for me. Guys, I went to third. I'm like the third best without even PvPing. It's just because of all the raiding and farming I do. Third best on this server. That's kind of hilarious that the stats kind of pump me up like that, just because of all the bombs and all the sulfur and all the metal and all the stone. And I'm not done yet. We have a lot of diesel. So we're here down at Sulfur Quarry trying to run it, and Sulfur Quarry's in the snow. So while I'm running it, I'm running around hitting sulfur nodes. So every time I'm done running that, and the quarry's still running. So yeah, and you saw I just had, like, I don't know, what is that, like 50, 100 rockets at my base still, plus 15 C4. We're so cooking to just melt anybody else's base. So, speaking of melting people's bases, this guy built near me, somewhat near me. He came out of nowhere. It's not super big, but, you know, we're not letting him build up. So, raid base down, let's take him out. I don't know why I don't take the door path more often. It's probably smarter sometimes, like a couple doors and then walls, but, I don't know, I just saw that, like a chunk of stone wall, and I thought, well, I'll break that with the metal. I like splashing the walls. You never know how somebody's not conceived their base plan very well or something, right? I feel so exposed while I'm doing this. Alright, we're in, but I don't see anything yet. I'm just gonna have to keep going, I guess. Alright, we got a couple lockers and a couple doors. Alright, no problem. Let's see if we can splash it all at the same time. Well, we didn't get them all, but I think I broke the bottom one, which is the one I wanted. Furnaces in a tier 3, and oh, it looks like it's all open. Okay, cool. Let's break this TC fast. No, I can't get to it right away. It's all locked. So annoying. I had to go get mats to make a melee tool so I can break this stuff, like this bed, and break all these boxes. Take a minute, but well. Hey, okay, that's not terrible. Some sulfur, some gunpowder. I like seeing that in the first box. TC's not terrible for a smaller base. High qual, you know, good enough for a couple days. Upkeep, you know what I mean? Metal, fuel, everything. Let's seal this base up real quick. Use his own doors. Okay, after we're done sealing that up, I'm just going to start collecting all the good stuff, but some of the boxes are still locked, so let's use these Molotov cocktails, see if we can burn them away. Alright, so we finally burned all those, and now I gotta finish them off with this little salvage tool, whatever. I'm not really finding too much good loot, but eventually, you know, we find a C4 bolt, a AK, a bunch of guns, a little bit of ammo, that kind of stuff. So, you know, I wouldn't say profit on this raid, but definitely break even and, you know, get some guns and stuff out of it, plus get rid of a neighbor. It's always a good thing in my book. And there's his components. Nothing too crazy, but, you know, I don't know, I can make rockets and C4 out of some of that stuff, no problem. And a big old dud. So yeah, we'll just get the best of that, and we'll take off, and we'll get all that back to main base. His base is so close to mine, I just sped up the ride back so you can see it. It's not that far at all. Didn't have a ton of time to play today. I had to work, so yeah, I just did all that, organized everything, and then yeah, I got off for the night. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Sadly, when I woke up, I was raided, and guess who did it? That's right. Not really a big surprise. Alright, so I still had my above ground base, and I guess what he did was he took out my SAM sites again, and then MRS what he needed, and yeah, then just got in the cave. And then you know what? I went down there, and he went the hard way. He went through all the walls, so he went through 8 or 9 armored walls. Not that that's too tough when you live next to a large excavator. Obviously it takes some effort, but you know what I mean, 100 rocket raid on it 2 times, you know what I mean, not the end of the world for you. And yeah, I worked hard for it. Eventually he sealed it off, so I couldn't get back down there that way, so I had to drop down through the hole, like, I don't know, like 20-30 times before I stood up. And then he had that door locked, my one door to the loot, he had it locked with his door on it, and he changed one of my pictures from Jeff and Holly, or Holly Stinks, to Bad Mad. You guys can see here he's taken over my base and changed one of my pictures. So that is the end of the wipe, but we had fun here, guys. That was day 18 or something, I believe, and that's a long time to play. You know, we did a lot of raids, got shot, killed a few people, you know what I mean, did some sneaky stuff, pissed a lot of people off. So anyway, I had fun. I hope you guys had fun watching it, especially if you made it this far. I'm imagining you enjoyed it somewhat. I hope you all have a great holiday. If you're seeing this now, you probably just passed. And thanks for supporting me, watching the videos. Sorry I don't make videos very often anymore. It's very tough for me. My life changed pretty dramatically, working a lot more in real life. So anyway, no sob story, or no, I won't continue the sob story. Who knows, maybe in the future I'll make some more videos if this does well. Otherwise, yeah, we'll see you guys around. Take care. Thanks again for watching. See you guys in the future. Alright, bye-bye.